intense.
Don't you fucking move from that spot like the fucking video already. We're starting off hot, baby. We're starting off hot. What's going on, everybody? It's the Knucklehead Comics, brought to you by the Knucklehead Network. Cabs is in the building. What's going on, Cabs?
Back from the dead. Missed you guys. Work is crazy, and I'll just say that I got the COVID last Friday. Recovering. That's why I got a hoodie. I'm freezing, but I'm sweating. It's the weirdest. It's the weirdest feeling in the world. I've never had the flu. I've never had COVID. So this shit it's just weird. Like, I'm not like dying or anything. I was fine. Just my throat hurt a little bit and just freezing. It's so weird. But I'm here ready to. I gotta defend Aquaman. We'll do that in a bit. And we're over here trying to make these heroes.
Word. Cap, what's going on, Cap?
What's up, everybody? Normal shit, normal day.
Yep. And entering live, we got Lay. What's going on, Lay, in the building?
Chilling.
What's up, brother?
Not much, man. Just chilling, man. Enjoying the night.
Nice. I hear that. Yo, is that a Batman Beyond shirt?
No, this is Red Hood.
Okay.
He actually has a signal, which a lot of people still don't know. A lot of people go, it's just the hood, right? No, it's that he actually. By the way, not a hood, a helmet. He actually has the sign.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So we out here. Yo,
he's gonna be in that. He's gonna be in that Gotham game.
I saw
Gotham,
that. Yeah,
I think he should be. Is he gonna Gotham Knights?
Yeah, Gotham Knights.
I'm going to play that.
Absolutely. I saw a trailer for it, and I was like, I'm not even a big gamer, and I want to play it.
They have the Suicide Squad thing coming out where you got to kill the Justice League, which looks fun. But I'm more interested in the Gotham Knights stuff. Just getting online with a few of the guys and just kicking ass. Yeah.
Whenever they can make it like the Arkham City games, but with just the rest of the Bat family.
But just exactly, yeah. I'm very, very down for that.
Kicking names and taking ass. That's what we do here. But yo, man, we had a good time last week defending our characters. I know Lay loved it. Like, he got a whole new respect for Cyclops.
Oh my god.
And
it was honestly, it was what it felt like? Defending an athlete you don't like, or defending a team you're not a fan of. Like, if you tell me to defend the New York Giants, right? I'll just sit there and go, holy. Like, I have to do the same thing. Look for facts. I'm like, yo, what is something that I can look forward? I can look at them and go, I can admire this about them. With Cyclops, I repeated myself a lot, and it was very hard. It was very hard. Even with Captain Marvel, when I did Captain Marvel, that was hard. You know what I mean? Yeah. You don't realize how much you can't do that until you do it.
Yeah.
It's really fucking hard. It's hard.
Yeah. Especially when you have all that animosity over years. Well, Cabs is about to experience.
Oh, yes.
But I want to get Cabs. I want you to hear the veteran of shows, description, his defense of Vision. So the Vision had a great director. It was a phenomenal character. He had a redheaded wife, and he has a diamond in his head. So so if you come anywhere close to that perfect description in defense of your character, then you got nothing. You got nothing to worry about, brother.
I'm nervous.
Nah, wait, just wait. Now you got the stage.
So, damn, and it's funny because you can see it like we couldn't be able to see it before. We got upgrades. Yo, I look terrible, y'all. I'm getting over the COVID. I'm freezing in my house. I'm wearing a hoodie, sweating balls. It's the weirdest thing. I swear, I've never had this feeling.
Yo, is that a Clueless hoodie?
That is a Clueless hoodie. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Oh.
I love Clueless. Shout out to Ty and Cher. Rest in peace, Brittany Murphy. So Aquaman. Aquaman is who I am here to defend. And I gotta be honest with you guys. Defending Aquaman is probably easier than maybe having to defend Cyclops and whoever everyone else did, because at the end of the day, it's a personal dislike that I have for Aquaman. But let's face it, he's pretty badass. And I'm gonna start off with probably the most badass thing he's ever done, and is rock the trident arm. That's pretty sick. Like, whether you like him or not, that's pretty sick. Anybody who has a trident arm or rocks a trident at all, I give you your props for that. But I guess it's a good time talking to fish. That seems fun. I don't think the rent is that bad in Atlantis, so that's something. seems cheap and uninhabited and downright not real down there. He has really luscious locks. He has good hair. And considering that it's always underwater and there's probably no treatment ever put on that hair, for it to still be as glorious as it is, I got to give you that. I guess there's some kind of fashion statement that you got going on with your cream colored top and green pants. So I'm glad that you're out there just, working it. Cover girl. Congrats. Your dad being a big positive, big legend within his own right. I guess you come from a decent family, so congratulations on that. And it must be convenient that you could just grab your food as you're swimming by. Do you eat fish though? Even though you talk to them, it's murder, I guess.
That's gonna make awkward conversations.
Yeah. It's also pretty cool that you come on land and you still have that trident. That's cool. And you're in the Justice League. Everyone needs a water guy, right? Everyone needs a water boy.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
That's probably the best joke I'm gonna make tonight for sure. And that's it. He is a good character under. Look, I'll tell you, like, all seriousness, I was always that idiot kid that would be like, oh, bring Aquaman out into the land and he's nothing. That's not true. My dislike for Aquaman is completely subjective and biased. So he's actually not that hard to defend, but congratulations on your funky outfit. I'm done now.
Yeah, not since Atticus Finch has there ever been such a defense of a character.
Yeah, well,
right.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the straws that were drawn. They were reaching for with those.
There was a few.
You didn't at any point say, "Yo, he literally is the king of 3/4 of the earth. Like, he runs."
Yeah,
all of that, but it was funny because I see you going, what else? I did the same thing, bro. At one point,
he's a cool character. Like, he is. I just don't like him. So it's actually easy,
Yeah.
It's easy to defend him.
Luckily for me, I have an in with the people from Atlantis, and we're gonna get their opinion. Yeah, they think you did a pretty good job defending Aquaman.
I did it for Brittany Murphy.
Yeah, they did it for the culture. And, they love the fact that you mentioned his suit. Because that's something he worked very hard on.
I heard.
The fashion. And his hair. It's always moisturized. Like, there's always, no
That's tough considering he's always underwater.
Yeah, and salt water.
Yeah.
Or salt water.
Yeah. That messes up long hair like that.
For real. Yeah.
So congrats on your great fashion sense, your hair, and the fact that you talk to guppies and shit.
My man, it sounds like you're inducted him into the Hall of Fame. Congrats on being in the Hall of Fame and having nice hair and talking to fish.
Yeah.
I hope it works out for you. What's going on, RKH?
Yo, this is like watching Coco Beware's Hall of Fame induction.
Legend Coco Beware.
That's right. Speaking of legends, we're gonna get an opportunity to make our own legends in the Marvel 616 universe and the DC main universe, which I'm not. Is there a name for that one, or
There's a bunch of
The
numbers.
DC main universe. I don't know.
Alright,
It's one of
so
the
this-
Earths. I
I'm
don't
gonna say like Earth 2 or 3. You know, it's one of those two.
yeah? So it's the main comic book run on the storyline, and we're gonna be making our own heroes tonight. And so Cap has some scenarios for us. Have you guys decided which scenarios you wanted to pick, or you want to hear both scenarios from Cap, and then we're gonna go from there? What's up?
Can I hear scenarios, please? I'm completely in the dark. I didn't have time to do homework. I'm sorry.
All right. Let me pull them up here.
Yo, shout out to the upgrades though.
All right.
Yeah, man.
So, has anybody picked a scenario?
I picked
I
one
did.
for both.
I did.
All right.
Yeah.
Which one did you guys pick?
I want to go with the DC one because to me, my character would fit that one more.
All right. So did you
Yeah.
pick DC scenario 1 or 2?
I picked one, the rooftop looking down, you know, with the
Gotcha.
owls. Makes
Oh,
Yeah,
we was
and,
doing just one out of all of them, or
Yeah, just one.
oh, I was ready for two of
No.
them.
It's funny.
So what
I,
I
did,
did
uh-huh.
was
I did both too, but I would like really put more effort into the DC one.
so
Okay.
here's what I did. I basically gave 4 scenarios, 2
Mhm.
for Marvel, 2 for DC.
Okay.
One of the scenarios it's catered more towards like a street level guy or a less powerful guy,
Oof. you're
and the
talking
other
my
scenario
language.
was for a more powerful character.
Okay. Okay.
So I gave it that option so you have room to play
Yep.
no matter what you wanted to do.
All right.
So what option did you pick, Toe?
One for Marvel.
All right. So I'm gonna read those first.
Okay.
All right. So the scenario 1 for DC reads like this. All right. There's a news report that's playing on a TV displayed in a window of an electronics store. The news reporter says, with the Bat family off-world helping the Justice League, Gotham has fallen into chaos. Just then, glass breaks and the TV is ripped from the store. As the rain pounds the pavement, we move to an alleyway where Batwing, who's Luke Fox, is being taken over by members of the Court of Owls. As he's trying to protect himself, he looks up, lightning flashes, and standing on the rooftop is... And then from there...
Okay, I see.
make
I
a
see.
guess.
Okay. Gotcha.
So the second scenario for DC is a cityscape unlike any you've ever seen fills the page. There's a sign that reads the city of Metropolis. Right? There appears to be no one in the street except for Vandal Savage. He's holding the Book of Destiny, standing in front of floating orbs.
Jeez.
Off in the distance, Superman can be heard fighting an unknown threat. As we zoom in on Vandal Savage smiling, you can see other heroes frozen in a stasis inside the orbs behind him. The Book of Destiny forms blank pages ready to be written. And as Vandal continues to read the book, his smile fades and a look of confusion and anger appears. And then from that point,
Okay.
so that's the DC ones.
Okay.
Marvel scenario 1 and 2 here.
Which I'm most likely going.
So, Marvel scenario 1. Exterior of the helicarrier. All seems normal. All of a sudden, boom, there's a big ass explosion. Moving onto the flight deck, you see AIM overrunning the helicarrier. Taskmaster has taken out already Hawkeye, Maria Hill, and Mockingbird.
Whoa.
Captain America stands alone at one of the consoles as the ship is falling. He presses a button on the intercom and says, "This is Steve Rogers. AIM thinks they have taken control of this helicarrier. They're wrong. If anyone is left that can hear my voice, you must not let them get to Sector C." You are standing in a corridor 2 floors from Sector C. You go to the intercom and respond. And then from that point, you get to pick what you say and go.
Okay, gotcha.
Scenario number 2 for Marvel. Baron Mordo.
I have the thing open already. You can read it if you want, but I'm going with that scenario.
I'm gonna read. I'm gonna read all of them since we're already in there. Baron Mordo stands tall in Times Square. There's destruction all around him, and at his feet are the Avengers. He is holding the Eye of Agamotto in one hand and Doctor Strange in the other. He looks into a camera that's broadcasting his victory and says, "The bill has come due, as it always does. Before me lies your so-called heroes, and now I'm Sorcerer Supreme, and this world will beg me for protection." J. Jonah Jameson, who's reporting on the devastation, says, comes on TV and says, "Is there anyone out there left to stop this guy?" And from that point, the story's up to you.
Okay.
Baron Mordo is who?
He's Doctor Strange's bad guy. He's the dude from Red Belt.
Okay.
Yeah, I try to pick characters that are rarely used, so we don't fall into the same tropes of
I hear you.
the same bad guy.
Sure.
Could only face Doctor Doom, but so many times.
Yeah.
I hear that.
So, who would like to go first? We'll give Cabs a few minutes to situate himself.
Yes, thank you. I'm already going.
I'm going, yeah.
But who's going to
jump
start?
in at once here?
All right.
I'll let. I mean, it's cool if the host goes first.
Okay.
Hmm.
So I'm assuming he means me.
Well, put you on the spot.
Well,
Yeah, right?
I didn't name the show.
This is true. It's true. All right, yeah, I'll go first.
Do you need me to repeat anything, or
do you want me to tell you about my guy, or just go straight into the?
So the easiest way to do this is to just describe. It would be to describe what your guy looks like, what he can do, and then you move into the scene where you respond to Cap.
Okay. All right. So my guy, I call him Blood Power. He has like a full body suit with the mask. You see like the normal superhero type esque, but you see almost like LED lights around like the shoulders and the sides of the body, but that's because there's current flowing through my body. Where I'm not a scientist, but I'm a theorist, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Where I got a hold of Bruce Banner's projects to recreate the super soldier serum with gamma radiation.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that he made himself the Hulk with these experiments. So I figured if I can join the gamma radiation to my neurotransmitters and merge them electronically, I can control whatever creature I get out of it. So I can control the Hulk without having two separate beings inside, having a separate being inside of me.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? So what happened was when I recreated this, the gamma radiation just basically supercharged my electrons in my body. So through the electricity in my body, it super tensens the muscles. So I'm able to jump farther. I'm super strong. I don't have super speed like that, but I'm faster than most people. And I'm pretty much indestructible while I'm in this, mode. I don't get bigger, but I just, I become, almost like indestructible. And I let the electricity in my body flow, and it rapidly accelerates the natural process of my body. So yeah, so that's what I got so
well
far.
Thought out.
Yeah. So then I pick up the phone, and it's like, "Don't worry, Cap, you're not alone." And I jump through the floor, the ceiling above me, because you said I'm two floors below it.
So you're 2 floors from it, so you can either be above or below. It's up to you.
Okay, so I jump through the floor, above me, and I see some of the you said Hydra aim.
Aim.
I see some of the aim guys, and then I just start going at it, just beating the shit out of them, throwing them around, using the strength I have, running down the hallway, just boom, making a beeline to the stairs, trying to get as many people as I can because I know somebody's gonna try to get to this fucking thing. So I'm trying to wipe out as many people as I can. When I get to the door on the second floor of where they're trying to get to, I see it's locked. And one of the special things I have is that I can, kind of like the vibranium suit for Black Panther, he can disperse the energy.
Disperse.
I can disperse the electricity like a shockwave. And what it would do is bring me back to normal for like a couple minutes. But it's one of those like the Colossus shit in the video. The roar, so I'll do that, knock down the fucking door. Like I said, I'm not a scientist, so I've taken up martial arts. So even when I'm not at this state, I can defend myself. And I get to the door and I'm using the martial arts to get these people away from where the fuck they're going to.
That's the end of this. I mean, you have the full run. You can go.
Oh,
you have the full issue.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah. So
you can go from tits to end, man.
All right. So so I stopped one of the scientists for AIM, and I asked him what else is going on, and he doesn't want to comply, so I throw him out the window. I throw him completely out of the plane. I throw him completely out of the plane because at this point my electrons charge back up, and I'm back to super strong. And another scientist is like, we're not trying to take over the plane. This is a distraction. And while he says that, another helicarrier comes up, and it's a prototype helicarrier where it has like weapons of mass destruction. Like, this is not for Earth use. This is for outer space. This is for when Thanos comes and tries to invade, or Galactus or somebody comes. This is the world of armor that Tony wanted, the suit of armor that Tony wanted, but being controlled by man. And they're trying to, that's emerging. So, at this point, I fucking get in contact with Cap, and I'm like, yo, there's some shit going down. And he's like, we can't let this happen. And the only way to actually stop it is to blow it up. But if we blow it up on Earth, that's just gonna wipe out the planet. Like, that's the type of level of mass destruction that this shit has. So me and him got to take over the plane, because they already launched the codes. Like, that was their thing. They already launching shit for the leaders, because they're trying to take over the planet, and the best way to do that is to destroy the planet pretty much and just rebuild. So we get to there, and I can't fly a plane. I don't know, that like that's one of my things I haven't done yet. I'm not Trinity, I don't call up people, yo, jack me into the Matrix. I can't do that shit. But luckily, on that ship was a pilot that can fly the plane, and we get it out into space, and we get that shit. While while we're in space, the nukes and everything is trying to blow, and I'm just running through the helicarrier, going through the missiles, using up all the energy I have going through the missiles and trying to just break through them or make an EMP type thing and just disarming them. So, and then we just like I spend more time in my guys' powers than in the story. but yeah,
I barely noticed.
Yeah, but that's pretty much what happened. We came back down. We had a glass bottle of Coke, and yeah, and Iron Man was like, "Yo, I didn't even need to be here, but here goes some s'mores," and that's it.
You mean shawarma?
Yeah, that's what I said.
I said s'mores.
Some s'mores.
Some s'mores.
Yeah, But yeah, that's pretty much what I got.
So I don't have a full story, but I have like everything about my hero ready. I've actually been waiting. I actually had something that I, have visited in the past and just shit that I've thought of myself. But
Do
like,
you want to get more time to build the story aspect?
I would need a little bit more time. I mean, fuck it, I could freestyle it. Fuck it, let's see where this goes. Okay, let's see where this goes.
All right.
So I'm gonna explain a little bit about my guy. So I'm in between, kind of a ground level guy and a more mystic guy. A lot of
which scenario?
Same scenario he chose.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm a little bit more down to street level, but there is a mystic side to me. My superhero name is Shadow Mare. Mare like a horse. I'll explain that in just a second. My powers include stealth, all stealth. I'm extremely quiet. I can blend in and out of anything. If I have to blend in the daytime in between people, that's easy. In the nighttime, it's even easier. I have an active camo suit that copies the environment around me. Think Metal Gear Solid 4. That he just kind of gets up on the wall. Any kind of surface that I touch, my suit just completely turns into that. I'll explain a little bit how I got that. I also am very tactical. Call me point guard or whatnot, right? I wouldn't call it super hearing, but I have an ability where I could, not an ability, but I pick up vibrations from touching the ground, kind of like Makari a little bit. So like I can measure footsteps by touching the ground. And I use daggers. A lot of oil introduced into those daggers. There's poison, numbing, frenzy, kind of gets you a little going crazy, that kind of stuff. And my biggest power, I have a persona that comes out of me. It's like a mystic creature, and that's the horse. It's like a dark bluish kind of like shadow that comes behind me. It's a horse. He we can communicate. His name is Rain, but like REIGN, Rain.
I know that kind of Rain.
Yeah. So just a little bit about the backs. Go ahead. Oh, I know.
No. That's
I got it.
Kind of Rain.
Yeah. So, my upbringing or my backstory, I guess, I lived in a really rough neighborhood where constantly sneaking around was a good way to avoid fights, and that would lead to sneaking around, for more enjoyment, running into things I'm not supposed to. One day I was caught by the big crime boss of the block, and he actually recruited me to like help him out. He was like, "Hey, you're little, you're stealthy, you're kind of annoying, but I can use you." And he sent me to follow some guys. The guys went into a car, and I was still able to run and follow the car a bit, but another similar car came through and went a different direction, and I began to follow the wrong car. When I followed the wrong car, I ended up going to something that I was not supposed to go to. It was some kind of underground like trafficking situation, but they were moving everything around from drugs, humans to exotic animals. And Marvel, got to be careful what you fall into.
Good word.
So I'm sneaking around, and I noticed that this isn't who I'm supposed to be following, and it has taken me a little too long to report back to the crime boss. So he calls, phone rings, they immediately start shooting up at the rafters where I'm at. I fall into some chemical craziness that they were going on. I get infused with this shadow horse beast kind of thing that they got going on there. Shadowmare is born. I get out of there somehow. Those details are still to be found out. And fast forward to this, I tell Cap, Cap, this is Shadowmare. I'm 2 floors behind. I'm 2 floors below. I'm going to try to keep it a little low as we're surrounded. And Cap tells me, "What do you see?" And I go, "Shh, shh, shh, shh." And as I do that, I am sticking to the wall, but like backwards, like this. And I am completely like transformed into the wall. So the bad guys can't see me. So they're walking by. And I go, "Shh, shh, shh, shh." And then when I'm in enough reach, I'm like, "Cap, there's about 8 people down here, and that's just on my floor. What's the situation up there?" And he goes, "Shadow, we have no one left. It's just me. I am going to." He goes, "Did you hear that explosion?" And I said, "Yeah, I sure did." He goes, "I'm gonna go investigate the explosion. You got to make it up here and take care of everybody." So that's what I do. Again, very quiet. I follow these 2 guys, and I'm like Ace Venturing it through the wall, right? Just kind of shimmying through the wall. And I get up to these 2 guys. I take them out very easy. No neck snapping. We kill. I'm not saying we don't, but the first option is always to just yoke somebody out. So boom, boom, they get yoked out. I get to the next floor. Within this next floor, I'm seeing traps everywhere. There's things rigged. There's lasers. So I'm getting all through this. I hear a conversation between these 2 gentlemen, two soldiers, and they say, "It looks like we've taken everybody out, but Captain America, I feel like this is going to be easier than last time." And the other guy goes, "Last time?" And the other guy goes like, "Oh yeah, you weren't here for the time that we did this before." So I go up there, yoke one of them out. I take the other guy, and we start the interrogation, process, of course. And this is all in the shadows while everything is going real time. Again, I'm very stealthy. Guy looks at me. He goes, "Who are you?" And I'm like, "Oh, you didn't hear? I'm the newest Avenger." And he goes, "Avengers died a long time ago. What are you talking about?" And I was like, "Well, the name might have died, but we're still here." And I'm very upfront about my name. I'm like, "I'm Shadowmare. So what are you guys doing here?" And then they go on, and it's hard to get information out of him. He does a Captain America type of thing in First Avenger. He bites off a tooth and just starts, So then I immediately communicate with Cap. I'm like, "Cap, be careful. They have these things, and they're biting them and they're killing themselves before questioning." Captain's like, "Oh yeah, I remember that." So I make it a Sector C. I see that everyone's on the floor. I'm like, "Captain, what's going on?" And this is as far as I've gotten. Sorry.
No, hey, it ends in a cliffhanger.
You're gonna have to get issue number 2.
The horse thing, I actually am a big fan of, because you guys, I don't know if anybody remembers the Visionaries. Kind of felt like the Visionaries, like that comes out of their chest, that mystical animal.
Yeah.
So I was like, I can picture it. I can picture it.
So Shadowmere is actually a horse from Skyrim, and I back in like 2013, I was like, "Yo, I want to do something with the Shadowmere person," and I kind of like had a whole little like character thought out. So that was the easy part, but story's on a cliffhanger, y'all.
Right.
Hey, like I said, the story's up to you, man.
Yeah, story's on the cliffhanger.
No, that's good.
Give me a second before you go, lad.
Yeah, and if you read the Captain America version of my comic, Cap goes, on his side, I say, "Why don't we just take the plane and ram it into the other fucking plane and call it a day?" And Cap was like, "We can't do that." So you gotta have to read his.
That's taxpayer money, son.
Yeah.
That's funny because that sounds like Cap. Like, no. Do you know how much? One of these planes cost? Are you kidding me? That's Stark Tech.
Yeah, this is sweet. I wish I thought about this more. Fuck.
Word.
Yo, we could always do this again.
Yeah, for sure.
We're gonna cap do another scenario, and we can either fit our characters into it or do a whole new one.
Oh yeah.
In fact, we could do it with a villain.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, just a little announcement. Show said he's gonna be on any minute. He's just eating so he can take his meds.
I will cut mine short to hear Show. I swear to God, I will. Because it's gonna be phenomenal.
Yeah, it's funny. You'll cut yours short to hear Show, and Show will cut his short.
Yeah, absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. So my character, the very beginning, you're not gonna get his name. I actually want to wait part 2 to it. And this is simply for the fact that it would piss off anybody in the Bat family, because they want to know right away, like, because that Batman thing is always like, oh, I have to know who I'm working with. He's on some, that's fantastic. Doesn't work that way. My guy's you're looking at a dude that's roughly, I think 5'10", 190, you know what I'm saying? Pretty solid built dude. He has like a black tactical gear, has gray right in the middle, 2 gray lines coming in. He has weapons everywhere. He has an extended spear with 2 sharp ends that are both poisonous at both ends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This is me. This is Shadowmare in DC.
He has a sword that has a laser cut edge. It'll cut to damn near anything.
Nice.
One swoop, doesn't matter what it is for the most part. He has 2 blade daggers. Think of Kraven. You know what I mean? But if he can throw them and they come back to him, that's the point. And then he has 2 what you would classify as Colt 45s. You know what I mean? But it almost has like a railgun bullet. Ooh. Doesn't leave a trace. It goes right through. You know what I mean? And it's rechargeable. Anytime he pulls them in his holster, it recharges right back. And then he has an assault rifle, which can change it to a sniper rifle. Clearly, you got to go both. You got to go with both of them. You know what I mean? Grenades, the whole 9 yards. You know what I mean? But the suit doesn't cover his face unless he wants to. Like he has a retractable mask. But most of the time he doesn't rock it just because he has no shame in anybody knowing who he is and what he does. You know what I'm saying? So Batwing is the moment again, and all of a sudden you see a spear go through one of the talons or through one of the coat of owls right through his head.
Ooh. And
he looks up, he goes, my guy drops down in the middle, daggers, blades, everybody's getting it. And then he opens up a jacket that he has on, and you see coat of owl mask and some talent mask off his belt. And then Batwing naturally, you can't kill people, but I appreciate your help. And he keeps talking and talking. And then my guy goes, I thought you Bat family guys were quiet. You talk too much. You're attracting attention. Shut up. He goes, I appreciate your help, but I don't like the insult. Once again, you talk way too much. Now, we're doing something about this, or you're going to stand there and keep talking? Jaw checking. Let's go. They move down the street, and they start systematically taking people apart. Battling and stopping off, but then my guy goes back and kills him. He goes, what are you doing? You understand how these people work. They don't let people live. They've been running Gotham under your boss's noses for ages. And you guys want to let these one throw them in jail? Something that they own? No, it doesn't work that way. Die, we keep on. Then at one point, Batman goes, I can't do this. And he flies away. And he goes, better yet, I'll do it myself. Then he runs into the Riddler.
Oh, shit.
The Riddler and his gang, it's like he sees them and they're about to break into a bank. He goes, isn't this redundant? You're robbing a city that's already in chaos. And he shoots the Riddler in the face with the railgun.
Oh,
he goes, it's amazing. Even a genius has nothing in his head. Puts his gun away.
Whoa, I love that. I love that line.
Keeps rolling down. You know what I'm saying? And then he figures, if I just kill the Riddler, wouldn't it be easier to kill all of Gotham's big bads? Good. Goes to the Iceberg Club. He realizes that it's all fine and intact. And then there's men surrounding the place. He goes, I see the Penguin is better off than most. No problem. Sniper rifle, sniper bullet right through the Penguin's chest. You know what I'm saying? Cut and dry. He finds Two-Face, 2 in the face. I'm getting both of you. You know what I'm saying?
God.
Just in case.
I'm getting both of you. Oh, that's awesome.
Then the coup de grace, he finds the Joker.
He shakes the Joker's hand and says, "Thanks."
Now the Joker's having a field day with the cops. He's using them as target practice for his cards, his blade cards. He's literally just have bullseyes painted on them. One guy comes up behind him, takes one of the cards, slits his throat, and then pops it right in front of his head. And he puts him in front of the bridge when you come into Gotham City. Come in at your own risk.
Dang.
It ends there.
Jeez, my man did all the work Batman couldn't do in a night.
Word.
That's right. That was a little bit inspired by
For sure.
Remember when he said I did this in 2 hours. Imagine him doing the whole night.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that was good. I love. Boom. So I could get to both of you. Mm-hmm. How disrespectful is that? Shooting Two-Face on each side of the face. Man, that was really good, man. That was really good.
Thank you, man.
That was good, bro.
That's clearly a graphic novel, by the way. It's
totally
a graphic novel.
Put the kids to bed, bro.
That's DC bed. Vertigo.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Damn. That was really fun. Yeah. That was really fun, man.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
You brought Frank Castle into
DC. That's what I'm saying.
And not only, but the fun part is about this guy is that if we do it again, he has a history with the Court of Owls. He actually has a history with a lot of villains, Gotham, Metropolis, and in Star City.
Nice.
So he kind of has like a connection with everybody. So it's kind of like his whole way of thinking is, I've seen what happens, and all these guys. Oh no, we got to put them away. They can be rehabilitated. He was like, it doesn't work. You're not getting it. You know what I mean? And so once I explain it further, because trust me, I wrote this out at work. I got like 5 pages of back history. You know what I mean? So once we work it out more, you'll see it.
See, Shadow Mare reads your comics. My guy reads your guy's comics.
Absolutely correct. He goes, I get this guy.
Our cross up would be incredible, bro.
Absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking about it.
That was very fun, though.
Like the Batman family has a reputation of being real stealth and quiet. And once he uses to jaw jack, and he goes, "That's not what I heard about you guys. Shut up."
Imagine telling Batman to shut up, because even when he does talk, it's not much. So like the fact that this guy has such a short fuse, like I love it. Like Batman didn't even say anything. He's like, "Yo, shut up." Batman's like, "Dude, it's the first thing I say all night." That's so good.
Man, yeah.
It's really good, man. That was fun.
I figured it could as long as I can relate to the character, I got no problem doing something like that. So
and it sounds like you could relate like a motherfucker to that character.
Did you say yours name, Leo, or you say you're saving the name?
No, the name comes in the second thing.
Okay, cool.
One second.
Yeah, guys, pretty good characters, man. I'm waiting to see what show has to bring, because I didn't go comedy. One of these has to be funny as shit.
We need our Deadpool. You know, damn. That if Show took it upon himself to do something like that, no, he just commented. Excuse me. Come on, Show. Let me hear your superhero.
Yeah, he's looking him up right now.
How's he looking up his own shit?
He's gonna give you He's gonna give you Harley Quinn's fucking origin.
He's just gonna come. He's gonna come with Moon Knight.
He's just gonna change the name to Daylight.
To Nine Moon. Night Moon. Speaking of Moon Knight.
Yeah.
Well, so I guess while we wait for show, I'll go.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So I picked the Marvel Scenario 2 with Baron Mordo in Times Square.
Are you gonna describe your person or just go for it?
Then, so I'm gonna give a whole, not a
Cool.
whole backstory, but I'm gonna give a backstory and then pick up where it
Cool.
goes. So backstory: Merlin was the Sorcerer Supreme back in the Middle Ages.
What? That makes so much sense.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Fuck.
And with King Arthur running things, Spain felt threatened. So they developed their own sorcerers. And they developed their own artifacts. And through the years, they would take the family of the strongest soldier they had and the family of the strongest sorcerer they had and marry them so that each descendant not only was good with magic, but had the proclivities of a soldier. They were
Fucking
good with action.
just out there making paladins. Holy
Yeah.
shit. That's crazy.
And so in this scenario, my character's grandfather was supposedly the last one for Spain. Flash forward through his kids growing up. Now in the age of heroes, they're not needed. So his kids didn't do any, didn't have a need for it. Come down to his grandkids. One of his grandkids joins the United States Navy. And this is slightly biographical because my grandfather was actually a magician, my mom's father, and my dad's father was served in the army, and he was in Germany during the Korean War. So that's where I get all that. But,
shout out to the vets.
Flash forward to that time. As my character leaves the Navy, he's doing some digging around his house and he finds an old artifact which looks like the right arm of a medieval knight costume or armor.
Talking about fucking
it's got
language.
a big shoulder piece and like a flare out that guards the neck, and another flare out here. So if he puts it up, it'll actually come out and block the face. And upon touching it, he feels like a sudden surge of energy that he's never felt before. And instantly he recognizes that this has to have some sort of magical property, because this isn't like an energy surge. This isn't a power surge from all the heroes he's seen.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes to Juan in the Sanctum Sanctorum, and Juan turns him down. He gets he gets a face-to-face chance meeting with Doctor Strange himself, and Doctor Strange turns him down. They refuse to talk to him. So he goes on a quest to find somebody who will show him not only what this is, but what it can do, and unleash anything that's unlocked in him. We flash forward now to Baron Mordo sitting in Times Square. J. Jonah Jameson says, "Is there anybody left who can stop this guy?" Not a spacecraft, but an aircraft comes up, hovering in Times Square. Drop down, you see silver metalish armor, a green cape, and a hood.
Oh shit.
And Dr. Doom is standing there.
Oh shit.
Dr. Doom is telling Baron Mordo, "You think you've accomplished something? You're wrong. You've accomplished nothing. Now put aside your petty grovels, your little fucking feud that you have here. You are interrupting something that I'm trying to do, something very important." And Baron Mordo uses his magic with the Eye of Agamotto. Bam! Blasts Dr. Doom. Like, disintegrates him. We find out it's a Doombot.
Okay.
Dr. Doom's voice booms over the speakers, going, "Ha! I see you want to handle this in a more barbaric way. Fine."
On God.
Absolutely.
Then, this time out of the back of a ship, you see a figure who's clad in brown and green, with his right arm that's what do you call it? Knight armor, shining silver with gold inlays. He hits the ground. Baron Mordo looks at him, fires off another blast. The dude puts his shield up, no effect. Looks at Baron Mordo with a smile, gives him a little wink, puts forth his hand, calls down lightning.
Oh my!
Blasts Baron Mordo. Right at that, we flash back to the journey that my character is on. Who's, by the way, his name is Knight. Right, the journey he was on led him to Latveria and Dr. Doom, who was the only one who was willing to train him, because Dr. Doom recognized what the armor piece was.
Question: Is that NIGHT or KNI?
KNI.
Perfect.
Excuse me.
Yeah, kind of looks a little like my tattoo.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It is, in fact, it is my character. But so Dr. Doom recognizes what that artifact is, and reveals the lineage behind it. Tells Knight what his history is connected to it, how it's his grandfather's, and it goes back through the generations. Teaches him that the armor itself is anti-magic. So it's almost like cancellation. So anytime he can put it in the way to block or whatever, it nullifies the effects of whatever's happening. So
Nice.
Knight himself can call lightning. He can teleport.
Sweet.
And he has he's at the beginning levels of learning how to, yeah, that's it essentially.
Nice.
Right there.
Oh shit!
That's dope. I like that.
You drew that?
Once upon a time, yeah.
Oh, shit looks sick, bro.
It does, man. With that,
So he's at the beginning stages of learning how to turn his energy into a blast like Baron Mordo does. He's not fully there yet, but so Dr. Doom has trained him, sent him into this battle. So he calls the lightning down. Baron Mordo is like, all right, it's gonna have to, power up. So he grabs the Eye of Agamotto. Bright light flashes, looks like he's charging. Shoots this beam that comes out and like forks. So there's 4 different beams all coalescing around Knight.
Like a spread.
Strike, boom, big explosion, dust and everything. When the dust clears, Knight's not there. He's standing behind Baron Mordo, using his teleport ability, and just goes, wow, that's a nice shot. You got very close. Takes the armor, bam,
Bam.
elbow shots.
Instant transmission.
Yeah. He
Nice.
starts hammering away at Baron Mordo. We flash back again for the last time to show that during his training, the reason Dr. Doom actually stuck with this guy is that he was actually more aggressive and more vicious and more prone to doing the extra violence in his training than anybody else was. So, come back. He's just fist fighting Baron Mordo. Baron Mordo recognizes now the armor piece. He's trying, he takes out a dagger, cuts the band, the leather strap that would be holding it.
Mm-hmm.
Knight look at him and like, you missed, not realizing what's going on. They're still fighting. The armor falls off. Hits the ground. Knight's like, I don't need that shit. He's about to call lightning. And then Baron Mordo displays what he's learned with the Eye of Agamotto and why he was able to take out the Avengers. As he uses it to literally take the power that they have from them.
oh,
Rendering Knight mortal. He's just a regular human dude.
Mm-hmm.
So Baron Mordo, gets the upper hand, hits him with a power beam. He falls to the ground, and as Baron Mordo is standing over him, once again victorious, He picks up the armor piece, slings it over his shoulder, and is like, well, if this is the best Doctor Doom has, clearly I've won. Right at that moment, like a ring, the sling ring opens up, and Baron Mordo just he gets dragged back into Latveria. Dr. Doom,
the real one,
holding him, grabs the Eye of Agamotto, crushes it, proceeds to just beat the ever-living shit out of Baron Mordo. Just he's at the point where he's not even worried about magical powers or anything. He's just hammering away at him. Mordo actually begs for leniency. Doom says no. Snaps his neck, killing Baron Mordo. Doom shows back up in Times Square, goes over to Knight, says, "You have disappointed me." Beats the shit out of Knight.
Oh my!
Leaves him there. And as he's turning back to go back through the, as his ship leaves and he goes back to his sling ring, Nick Fury is actually, he's stirred awake and is like, "Hey, Doom, you gonna leave your boy here?" And Doom's like, "I have no use for the useless," and just leaves. And Knight is there without his armor, and now in the hands of the Avengers. And I have another part where we figure out if he ever gets the shit back.
And scene. Damn.
Nice.
That was that expanded universes, kid. Holy shit. That was cool, man.
Yeah.
I had when you were saying about he was looking at the armor itself, it gave me a "You sure you're ready for that, Mr. Whitman" vibes. Yeah. Gave me those vibes. That's cool, man.
I thought once you said it, I thought of Witchblade too. I was like, little Witchblade-ish there. I like that. That was cool.
Yeah, that was sick.
Okay.
You see, but you like laid out the whole thing, and like I like how you incorporated your own like you mixed into like the lore itself, bringing in Doom and just working it out on your own. Which was sick.
Absolutely, man. Dope.
What's up? There he is.
What's up, show? This ought to be good. I'm ready for this. I came here for the main event. This is it.
Nah, this ain't the main event, man. Y'all over here writing movies and shit.
What?
Fucking Caps guy went to Meteor and slapped the shit out of somebody and came out the Navy with powers. I don't know, man. I can't catch up to that. You're gonna put me on after Johnson, after the fucking my man made the crowd go crazy?
Well,
Hell
shit,
nah.
you came on after that. You could have been the first one.
True.
My man came out with a book. I was like, oh shit. I thought this really was a comic. I'm over here to tame that fuck for real. Oh, that's how he did that? What?
I forgot to write his own shit. Just listening, like, what the fuck?
What the fuck? I'm supposed to be doing research before I get on. Like, word? Nah. Even if I did research, ain't shit I'm gonna find that I'm gonna be able to compare with that shit. No.
Dude, yo, see, here's the thing. This is why I did this, man. This is an exercise in your own creativity. You don't have to live up to whatever we do. You just do what you do, man.
We were kind of hoping we were kind of hoping you bought the comedy aspect of a hero. Give us like a funny Ant-Man type of shit, or like a edgy anti-hero, but like funny like Deadpool.
You know what's crazy?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Nah. Well, what did you do?
No, me. Like, I just when I created, so this is somebody. This isn't like a hero that I've always thought of. I kind of like thought of shit that I had like thought of before, and then in the spot just wrote something. But I just talked about what I like. Stealth is paramount to me with everything, and my characters I choose stealth first.
You essentially made a rogue.
Yo, the default D&D character I made a rogue with like a more human, dark kind of hood background to him. You know what I'm saying? That's what I did. Just little Spanish kid walking around the neighborhood getting into mischief. But I linked it with the kind of stuff that I like. A little bit more mysticism, where his persona comes from. That's also from a video game that I like as well. Good video game, Persona 5. But Shadow Mare, again, that name that's from long ago from Skyrim, but it was all stealthy. And then I got the stealth suit. I got the poison daggers with a bunch of oils. I got the super hearing. It's very tactical. I just did shit that I like, just go like that.
See, I could have followed that because that shit sounds a lot more like what I did.
There you go.
That's exactly what I would have incorporated in mine.
What you like?
Well, not that stuff because I wrote down some of my stuff.
Please enlighten us.
Well, the crazy thing is I did what you did, and then as fucking Cap was talking, I'm like, shit, I gotta come up with a story. So I started thinking about something. I'm like, no. You ain't gonna kill me like that. I'm gonna have son. So my guy, what I was thinking of, my guy uses the gauntlet in a different way. Instead of using it to snap, he goes around collecting the same thing, but instead of collecting a stone, he collects your power. I don't know.
Okay.
In
Here we go.
Like
Here we go.
There you go.
So
I'm with that.
That's how he becomes the ultimate man, by going and defeating everybody and basically having everybody's power. Like whatever you use on me, once you use it once, it's over. I learn it. I keep it for myself. So basically, you got to defeat me without using your power. But once you do use your power, it's mine.
Shultron.
Some of the Shultron? I gotta look that up.
Shultron.
I never heard of him.
That's you, Shultron.
Oh, Shultron. Man, I'm thinking you gave me a character that sounded Shultron. That shit sounded official. I'm like, Shultron. Hold on, Hey Siri, who the fuck is Shultron?
Actually, Shultron actually sounds pretty funny now when you say it so like organically. I was being stupid.
Nah, that shit sound crazy. Shit. But some of the powers I would want is the ability to do everything right at the right moment. I don't know if there's a character that has that. Ant-Man?
So basically, you're just like 100% luck all the time.
Like everything I do is exactly.
Yeah.
Your long shot and domino mixed into one.
Yeah.
I definitely would want some density manipulation. I do want to go through walls. I want to do shit like that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I thought you said dentistry. I was like, okay.
He wants to be a dentist.
Gotta keep the lights on, bro. Gotta pay the bills.
Word. I got you, bro. I gotta pay.
Captain America Senior is a dentist.
For real?
Chris Evans' dad is a dentist. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Learn something new every day.
There you go. Hey.
Is there a character that knows any language, including math?
They all know English.
No. I want to be able to master every language, including math. I can speak any language.
I don't think there's one that's done all languages, but has a real heavy understanding of all dialect, maybe. But that's sick. You can just speak anything. That's good. Your character is OP already, bro.
I mean, the Green Lanterns, like Jon Stewart, is good at different languages from different alien races because of what he does. He's essentially a space cop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's one of those people that he can speak multiple languages no matter where he's at. So you essentially want to be a Green Lantern in a way, or Nova Corps guy.
Nice. That's crazy. As I'm writing this shit down, you guys are teaching me stuff through this. I'm learning about Green Lantern. That's something I wanted to learn about because you guys confused the shit out of me.
You're
There's
right.
a black one. There's one that could turn yellow and purple. So I'm lost. I thought it was only a green one, and it was fucking Ozzy
yellow-
Osbourne or whatever his name
yellow
is.
lantern.
They came out with a gold one recently.
Yellow lanterns are the ones you really want to be careful with, though.
Yeah,
Those yellow
and
lanterns
red.
are
Yellow and red, you don't want to fuck with.
You don't want to fuck with those guys.
Red is
Dangerous?
rage and yellow is fear. You don't leave those alone. Okay.
Anybody famous? Famously known for those?
The yellow ones were started by Sinestro. That's the guy who taught.
Sinestro is like one of the top villains that everyone always talks about in the entire comic book stratosphere.
He was also one of the best lanterns until he turned. He was really one of the greatest lanterns, and then he turned. You know what I mean? And then they have, by the way, yes, the black lanterns. I forgot about
Black Lantern.
Those are essentially death. They're essentially like this. You see, the Flash has a death, right? Like the Speed Force, their power has a death. So the lanterns have a death. You know what I mean? So they essentially is like their version of death,
like their own Grim Reaper.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I forget what his name is, but this dude is the
he's
main
the head one. Yeah. I always forget his name too.
I wonder if they'll ever make a movie about it, like a black. That's a nice name, the Black Lantern.
They got to get the green one right first, and then they can.
Unfortunately, until they get that green one first, we ain't gonna see any other lanterns.
You know what's funny though? I'm not gonna lie to you. It would be crazy to do like Sony's doing with the villains, but you do it with Sinestro, and then work kind of backwards, like work toward, towards the lanterns. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, he's destroying a planet. All of a sudden, he goes, "Let me tell you how it started."
That's what my character is missing. Like so then it's funny because Cap, we could start, making like our own team affiliations. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you sound someone straight out of the Midnight Suns. You know what I mean? Like where like I come off as more like a hero for hire. Like I'm putting that in my backstory. I spent time in Seagate with Luke Cage. Like that's it. I'm good with that. That fits. That fits perfect. I did some time. I was in Seagate real quick, but I had to keep my abilities and shit quiet. But I was up in Seagate with Luke Cage. Yeah, I like that. That's what I'm gonna start thinking more, because that's what I like what you did, Cap. You like and led to, you guys interwove it in a way where you had like, people that you were like kind of talking, like teamed up with. In my little scenario that I did super quick, of course, I just talked to Cap, but like I want team affiliations for sure. I want team affiliations.
Like my guy's history, it'll go into the League of Shadows, Lady Shiva. It don't even get to the point where he's crossed with Black Adam and Shazam. You know what I mean? Essentially being hired by Black Adam, goes, listen, for me to do something, it's a lot, and I'm gonna bring a lot of attention. You won't. He goes, I understand that. I need two things. There's a bank account, or you paying with gold. What are you doing? That's all I need.
Transfer the funds.
Absolutely. And the whole reason for the gold is it's harder to trace. Gold and diamond, he just wants the things that can be traced back to him. So essentially a mercenary, but what I wrote makes sense when you read it. You go, oh, okay. You're like, oh shit, I get it. Like literally, I was at work also like, all right, okay. And then somebody was like, yo, leave me alone. I'm like, that sucks. Like, yeah. So
Gold has never lost its value. So you're right. To this day, gold is what? Well, you're not gonna know off the top of your head, but gold is good.
Definitely right now, at least, yeah. That's a good point, Cap.
You'd be better off with diamonds right now.
Oh shit! The gold, the value is going.
It's fluctuating. So
that was fun, man. That was a fun exercise.
You guys said that you have You picked two different scenarios.
I did. I picked that one and then the helicarrier with Cap. You know what I mean?
What other scenario did you pick?
I picked DC one, but I merged my heroes together once you said they only use one.
Yeah.
Because my original thing for the DC hero was that it was like a power force where he can tap into the speed force, but that doesn't give him speed. It gives him strength and rapid healing. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things.
It's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, because I would imagine that being in the speed force doesn't necessarily give you speed. Like, you know how you can be like in Star Wars, you can be force sensitive, but you don't have the force.
Correct.
Like
yeah.
I can be a part of the speed force, but don't have the speed.
I see.
You know, but yeah,
like
you know.
I like that. Yeah.
So that was my my superhero for that.
It brings complexity to your character.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. I like that one. Yeah, the woman I had, which is a female character, which is
that's gonna be my next one to make a.
Yeah,
a
she
female.
was trained by both Taskmaster and Cap, but neither man knows they trained her. Like they don't like in the beginning of her life it was Taskmaster. Then she came on to be like almost a Cap protege, and then got his training, and so she's able to blend both their trainings, and she's killed. But since thanks to Taskmaster, she lives such a low-key life that nobody knows she's capable of this. Like what she's essentially giving people is like, oh, you know, her sob story, which is a fucked up story, war-torn country. You know what I mean? Her father was murdered in front of her eyes. You know what I mean? She never knew her mother. Fun fact, spoiler alert, which is, it hit me out of left field. Her mother's from the Black Widow program.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? But that's for a later time, you know what I mean? And ran out, and Cap is saying it. He has no idea she's on the helicarrier. And all of a sudden, she cuts into his channel like, I'm here. And he's like, oh my, what are you doing here? It's like, you're supposed to be in another mission. He goes, I saw it, and I came right to you. So, you know what I mean? And it kind of goes from there where she winds up helping him throughout the whole thing. But then as that's going on, he starts to see the Taskmaster training. Like she's forced to bring that part out of herself out. And he's like, wait, I know somebody that moves like that. Or somebody that knows somebody that moves like that. I only know one person that can copy stuff like that. Where did you learn that? Yeah. And it kind of like you see Daredevil, Shang-Chi, and Deadpool kind of come out of her. You know what I mean? And then he starts going, wait, it's only one person that I've ever fought that can do that. How do you know that? Like that's the one thing he teaches her at a young age because he got close to her. So yeah. Once again, that world building is fun.
Yeah. See, I didn't think so far because I was so trying to get my powers down. Because normally I'm just a strong guy, strong brutes. I wanted like something like molecular shit. That I was gonna continue the story that you gave. I didn't think at any point to just expand it.
Yeah.
Be like, yeah, so I stopped the guy from going in there, and then me and Cap, talked, and now I'm a part of the Avengers.
That's what I'm saying. That's kind of what I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah, next thing you know, fucking Thanos comes down, and I gotta fight Thanos.
well, Cap kind of helped out with the DC one because he said Batwing, and I was like, oh, I know what I'm doing right now. And this guy's just be like, yo, fuck y'all niggas, man. It take too long to do shit. You know what I'm saying? I forgot the girl's actual name is Jasmine Grace. She's the
great superhero name.
Jasmine Grace. And on top of
what you said, what's her nationality?
She's Dominican, Puerto Rican, and Panamanian. It's kind of
nice
in her family. And then her code name is Black Mantis.
Nice.
Okay.
So you get with her, she's gonna kill you eventually.
I'm here for the combat tactical. You know me, I love that.
Is the thing.
Now yours Now yours, Cabs, and mines would definitely find a way team up
Yeah,
eventually.
yeah. If we were in the same universe, which whatever, and
Well,
we
the
could
girl
jump
is.
over. Yeah,
The girl.
the
is.
girl. Yeah,
The
yeah,
girl
yeah,
is.
yeah.
Yeah,
The
she
girl.
definitely is. Yeah. I mean, but they cross over all the time.
Sure. You were gonna say, Cap?
No, what I was gonna say is when I was writing the first scenario, I originally had Signal in there instead of
Okay.
Batwing.
Okay.
But then I read Signal. I was like, oh no, this motherfucker's way more powerful than even Batman is. It's like this wouldn't make sense that he would need help.
He wouldn't be struggling. Yeah, he wouldn't be struggling.
Yeah. Because he can control the darkness, shadows, and lights, and he's
Turn
got
into
other
light and shit.
fucking-
I was like, but I
he's
love the
got
fact that he's a
telekinesis,
walking
other
role
types
player.
of shit.
He's like in all yellow. I'm like, this is like the equivalence of the Captain America suit. Nobody was thinking tactically with him.
Yeah.
It's yellow. I'm like, God damn, that's bright.
The other, it's funny. The other scenario I picked was the one with Vandal Savage.
Oh,
I picked the two ones with the highest power value because I figured everybody would pick the other ones.
Yeah.
Because it seemed easier to pick street level shit.
and we see with Vandal Savage, I would have done something like you did with the knight or like a barbarian. You know what I mean? That Vandal Savage think that the only rock that landed that night was that one, but another one landed on the other side of the world. And you have an Egyptian or an African American that pretty much are parallel to him, and he doesn't even know it. He doesn't know that somebody has lived that life just like he has, but on the other side of the world. You know what I mean? And then eventually they come to a head together.
Vandal Savage, that kind of story needs to be like a Infinity War Endgame level event.
Absolutely.
That shit needs to be like at the end, everyone comes together to
I feel like a Vandal Savage thing you can do throughout history, like as like a DC thing, and then make it a movie. You know, like he's supposedly Hannibal and all these people and Genghis Khan. Like you can make it like that, and then eventually, when it comes to his full power, he goes, "All right, that's enough of this shit. It's time I take over." So kind of like Cab said, but leading into it.
That's kind of like I love when they do that in like the comic book movies. They just did it in Loki when he was the Cooper was his name?
Stevie Cooper.
Cooper.
Yeah. That was pretty fun. I like when they do shit like that. Assassin's Creed does that a lot, where they just like bring in these names that you got time to know, Da Vinci, shit like that, and they just put them into the story like in their own way. I love shit like that.
I know. In the pirate one on Long John Silver, right? Or was it?
Blackbeard. They had everybody there. With Thaddeus, something Thatch, I forget. But yeah, they had a bunch of big name pirates in that. And Assassin's Creed, they like to use like real world locations, and like they try to make these locations one-to-one as much as they could.
I know Da Vinci's in the first one, right?
Yeah.
The second one.
My fault.
When he's in when they're in Italy. The first, they don't really in Jerusalem. I mean, they gotta have some people there, but I don't really remember. I remember the big one was like Da Vinci, and the way that they used them, like Da Vinci would, make weapons for Ezio, the main assassin. That shit was so cool though, because like who else was gonna do that for? Like it had to be Da Vinci. Like he's fucking painting and shit, but in the back, my man is making fucking hacksaws and shit. That I love that kind of shit, bro. This shit is cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. But the first time I read Savage and I saw like the way he came up through history, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I can see that. And like, back then, there's like no real records of the way people look. So paint them however you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It isn't so modern days. You're like, yo, he looks exactly like that guy. Well, that's his son. That's his grandson.
I got to go into more Savage stuff because this sounds just extremely overpowered.
Yeah. He's, you know how Kango was like, oh, it's just my grandfather and my father and me doing all these movies. Essentially that's what he started doing. It's like, it's just we all look alike.
Are we done with the exercise? Because I'm glad that you bought that. I'm glad you bought up the Eternals. But are we done with the exercise?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just real quick, I wanted to just say what I would have done.
Please.
The whole crux of what I would have done with that scenario was that as Vandal is reading the Book of Destiny, it's telling him that he has pretty much decimated all life, putting it in his image, but there needs to be a counterbalance to that. And as Superman is fighting off these strange creatures that Vandal has made, he saves someone, and the person he saves, the Book of Destiny is writing Superman saves this person and who this person is. And when he stands up, first thing that happens, the Green Lantern ring flies off of Hal Jordan straight onto the sky.
Wow.
And as he's looking at it, the yellow, the red, the white,
All of it.
the black,
Oh,
he's in control of all Lantern powers. And he goes on to fuck up Vandal Savage and then hands the book to Superman, who's the only one who's around, who knows what it was supposed to be like. And they spent time putting the Book of Destiny back in order to put things back the way they're supposed to be.
Mm-hmm. I like that. That's cool.
So yeah, all of the Lantern powers, shit.
Yeah,
that sounds insane.
See, that beats my scenario of listen, motherfucker, drop the book, and then I fuck him up, and then
I had this thing of like, what is Vandal Savage afraid of? This dude uses the yellow lantern ring to project a fear. Then you see the guy red in rage, hammering him. But everything he's using would be constructs as the Green Lantern. So his imagination is using the Green Lantern, but in a different color than it would be in order to attack.
Mm-hmm.
He's using all the abilities, but they're switching colors because he's using them
so he's
not incorrectly, but he's using them how he.
So he's manifesting your fear through the Green Lantern's imagination.
Yeah.
Okay, that's so. And with the hope, he's controlling his own rage to project it on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope.
I'm with that. I like that. With that.
It'd be like their version of the Infinity Gauntlet.
Some of us are way more grounded than others out here, bro. I feel like my guys gonna see them and go,
yeah.
Huh. I said, but first thing is to think of, if I put a spear through your eye, I am
too grounded. Like, I have a mystical ability, but it's, like that shit is like for extreme. Like I can't ride this freaking phantom horse. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a persona that comes out of me. He like charges forward. These guys are doing crazy shit. My goodness.
Here's the thing, right? I knew on purpose that the ground level heroes would be easier to do.
For sure.
But I put the powered guys in there in case somebody wanted to stretch out. But like I said, my grandfather is truly a magician.
Yeah.
Like he's performed in the Magic Castle in California and different magic convention shows.
That's
so
dope.
everything I do has some sort of magic in it. And I couldn't think of a ground level magic guy. Yeah. So it's like I gotta take on the big dudes.
It's hard to do a ground. Like the only thing I can think of is like Shadow Man. From Thing Valiant. The only thing I can think of Shadow Man, but then again, he gets really dark really fast. So it's like, and he's based in New Orleans, like the voodoo capital of like the United States. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't really know anybody like.
You know what I mean?
Gambit does card tricks, but that's not magic.
And for me, the boxing, the martial arts, the 80s movies, like I thought of how can I put this all together and make it something that makes sense and also piss off Batman fans at the same time. Like this.
My main concern with doing my original one was to end it in a way where my guy's still in the beginning of his journey. Because I didn't want him to just show up out of nowhere and all of a sudden he's saving the day And it kind of like a Captain Marvel thing in the MCU where you're like, where the fuck have you been this entire time if you could do this? So it was like the easiest way would be for Doom to be like, nah, you turned out to be a failed experiment. And now he can start his hero journey.
It's funny when you said that last thing. When you said, I was thinking the exact same thing you finished that with. Like, I have no use for the useless, because that is perfect Doom. That is like, I have no use for the useless. And he's all like Doom, his arrogance is always his downfall. He's also like, I'm like, yeah, that dude's gonna come back and bite you in the ass eventually. I was a fan of that. I was like, oh, Doom, yeah. Get him to grow with some Doom in the system.
For real.
But
I love the decoy Doom.
Yeah. No, that of course. That's classic Doom. I love that. I was like, yeah.
I also thought it'd be cool to have a hero who almost similar to what you had with your second run, a hero who's trained by a villain.
Yes, absolutely, yes.
I think that's a cool thing that hasn't been done too much.
The inspiration from that is really a Hawkeye thing. That I really got inspired by Hawkeye and the Swordsman, even though he was a good guy in the show. And a funny good guy, by the way. He was hilarious. I loved him.
They put him in
jail, goes, don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. I'll be back out. It's okay.
Jack, Jack was hilarious, bro.
Yo, he was like, it's okay. We'll figure it out.
So funny.
Like, you're really cool about going to jail, bro.
and my man, like, after being like, I guess, like, like known for like sword shit, my man comes out of jail. The next party, he's walking around sporting his sword on the side. Like, yo, he was so like low key funny. Like, you had to find the joke, but like once you did, it was good. My man just didn't give a fuck. It was so funny.
Yeah. It was funny when one of them goes, yo, you're good at that. He goes, I know. I know. That's what I do. I do swords.
It's very Zorro-esque.
Yes.
But he has like this Robin Hood Men in Tights, like
absolutely
goofy Monty Python thing going on. He was a really cool character.
Yeah, but the funny part is my inspiration for Black Mantis was literally, I was like, I can do this, but also how great would it be to have the most noble hero of all time have no idea that he's training somebody that mercenary trained. And by the fun fact, the former SHIELD agent, now she's on the helicarrier where he was at one point in his career. So a little, mixing up that story. I thought it was fun,
Yeah. Yo, Cabs, I'm not gonna lie. I thought after you fell in that vat of whatever it was, I thought you were going to be trained by a rat in a sewer.
That's a good opportunity. Yo, the ooze is somewhere in Marvel, okay?
It is.
It's in there. The same day Daredevil was made. It's the same day Daredevil was made. The Turtles were also made. So Cap, you're onto something there.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. With it.
I again, this is something like I never put it to this much detail. It's just something that would think around. But mine, I took a little bit more into, like, my inspiration was in a weird way Blade-ish. I wanted to keep it mystic, but obviously not a vampire. But troubled youth. You know what I'm saying? Dark look to the armor. The active camo.
I was a nice touch, by the way.
I just always like the whole notion of, just being able to grab something and turn into it, like, almost chameleon like. So I just ground level is just more something more that I relate to, and then keeping it dangerous neighborhood, something that obviously that we went through, and there was. Believe it or not, there was some sneaking around I had to do to, not get beat up. I mean, when I was in junior high school, right there in Stitt in IS 164, we were in the middle of a blood and crip war. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people getting sliced. So, getting home, like I wasn't, damn son. I wasn't like hiding under cars, but you definitely had your eyes out. Your parents teach you like, yo, like on the way home, keep a low profile, don't bring too much attention to yourself. So that's where that shit all kind of came from. I gotta work on.
And we did Metal Gear for very wrong reasons.
Oh,
we did a lot of Metal Gear for very wrong reasons.
Yeah, we used to.
We
man,
did.
fuck. I guess we could say it. So in the program that we worked in, he was a puppeteer, not a magician. He wasn't a magician. Yes. He was a puppeteer. He was a puppeteer. So we had a guy. So we worked in the Armory PAL. Mm-hmm. By the way, since I'm all up in the Marvel Netflix cinematic universe, Luke Cage is filmed all over the Armory. That's crazy. I had no idea. I saw that hill. And I was like, oh shit! I didn't even need to think twice. I was like, oh shit, it's the Armory. Anyways, so we're in the Armory PALs, the Police Athletic League. It's a summer camp and after school program for kids. You know, we're helping them with homework, doing trips, and all of that shit. So we got a puppeteer. This guy, to be fair, he was really good with those damn puppets. He was really good with the puppets. But this guy on his lunch break, he'll come on, he'll go off and like come back and, you know, smell like straight alcohol. But like, you know, he'll eat Winter Fresh to like cover it up. So we caught him and we got sent on a special assignment to like follow him and see what he does. And we brought back evidence. We brought back a little bottle. It was a very fun experience.
Damn, Shadowmere was out there in real life.
So we was really metal gearing out there, bro. Like there was this one time,
I just now had a picture of you guys trailing somebody in the park, and when he turns around, you just throw a box.
Or just like fucking like stand somewhere trying to look natural, but you're like not looking natural at all. You're just like, you know what I mean? Like
as the dude's walking, just bring the exclamation point comes up. You're like, oh, gotta
luckily
stop.
Back then you can get on a payphone because they had those. You could be on some.
It's time for a new Metal Gear 2, man. Metal Gear 5. Oh, Phantom Pain, man. Phantom Pain. It was a great opening act, but that last act. Anyways, what I wanted to ask you guys, somebody had mentioned Eternals. Has anyone taken the plunge and watched it again now that it's on Disney Plus?
I did.
Is it? Tell me. You feel a little better about it, a little worse? Makari is so good. Oh my God. She's so good. I've watched that shit already like 3 times. I've watched it more than Shang-Chi. I don't even like this movie more than Shang-Chi at all, but it's really good background noise.
It's good white noise.
Yeah. But excuse me. I enjoyed it a lot more watching it at the crib.
I tell you what, it's not Watchmen. Watchmen, I had to watch a few times to appreciate it. You know, the first time I saw Watchmen, I was like, this shit is horrible. Then I saw it again, and like 2-3 more times, like, okay, I get it. I'm starting to get it. It's growing on me. This one, it was like, nah, the more I'm watching it, the more I'm like, yo, the plot holes on this shit is crazy. The only thing they did was show why they didn't go after Thanos and why they're not there anymore. But other than that, it's, and they showed you can have Galactus. You can have Galactus show up because that motherfucker was as big as the planet.
I mean, look, I'm not gonna lie to you. At one point, after I watched episode 5 of Boba Fett,
what up?
Best episode out there. You know what I'm saying? Period. Hands down, best episode. Watched it several times. Okay. It's an amazing episode.
That episode was good.
I was already on the Disney app, so I'm like, Eternals is on the real big thing. Like,
it's like it's front and center.
And I'm like, Hawkeye. I swear to God, I went back to episode 4 of Hawkeye. I was like, no, I can't do this to myself. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna eventually, sometime next week, I will watch it.
Put it on.
Right? No. You know what it is? I like to be fair. You know what I'm saying? Because I went in there and I watched it and I was like, okay, all right. You know what? Listen, I listened to the Ja Rule album twice to make sure it was trash. Just throwing it out. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I bought it the second time after I listened to it. I was like, out of the window. I threw it out. Case and all, $14 out the window. But I'll do it again. But I've watched Shang-Chi about 4 times already.
I've watched Shang-Chi. I've watched Shang-Chi 3 times.
You know what's gotten better about it? The villain.
Yeah.
The villain.
The Mandarin is good.
The villain. I'm like, this guy should have been he should have been the first Mandarin, first of all. But I appreciated that he's this Mandarin for this movie. You know what I mean? And the conflict between him and the son is a beautiful thing, you know what I mean, in a sense. It's like you see it and you go, you know what? I get it. You know what I mean? Like the kid doesn't want none of that, but the father's like, yo, let's be real. You're a killer. You can kill anybody you want right now. Captain America don't got shit on you right now.
I told my men that they wouldn't be able to kill you. I'm glad I was right.
He was,
But so I don't know what it is. Like, I know that I'm in the minority, and I know that Eternals has its issue, but I really enjoy the story of that movie. Yeah. I think it's so it still follows the same formula as an Avengers movie where they gotta get the gang together. You know what I mean? It still does that, but it's their story. I think it's interesting.
What up, Big Food?
To see like them through different times of the world and the universe and all of that shit. I don't know. I find it interesting.
All right. So the one thing for me, well, 2 things for me about the Avengers, the Eternals movie, right?
I like the Avengers.
The thing was, they said we can't interfere with the humans, but they were literally there to interfere with the humans. They were there to interfere with their growth of technology and knowledge.
They weren't supposed
to celestial.
They weren't supposed to interfere with the conflict.
No, I know. Yeah. I'm just saying. But also, me learning the hard way, did research on the Eternals before the movie came out. And the one thing that I've learned that I was expecting from this movie is the Eternals have very similar powers, but each one of them do one of their powers better than the others. So like Sprite, all of them have manipulation. They can manipulate you and con you in some form or another. Sprite is the best one out of it. They can all fly, but Superman his strength and his flying ability is better than the other ones. Absolutely. They can all do the same thing. It's just they all excel at one thing and as another. Like we all can run, but let's say Lay can run the fastest. It's one of those things. In this one, it was literally each individual one of them had separate powers, and it goes to show you.
That. No, I'm okay with that.
I'm all right with that, but it also goes to show you that not each individual one of them can kill a deviant.
Oh yeah, and some of them were way underpowered, useless.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna be honest with you. Did Sprite kill anybody?
No.
Okay, so
She tried to kill Cersei.
Yeah, she did.
2 amazing things. She was annoying. And not the actress, just like the way she was written, right?
Yeah.
And then she's like a lovesick puppy.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what Spread is.
And I'm looking.
But I get it. She can't be big.
I mean, me too.
I get it.
But I'm over here on something like.
It doesn't make it good, though. I hear you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And here, my favorite thing is the one person I wanted to see the most was there for 10 minutes.
The speedster?
Because I read The Black Knight on a whole thing of I used to like,
it's coming.
The knights in armor, King Arthur, you know what I mean?
It's coming.
And I read it just for a chance. And I'm like,
it's coming. You don't even know he was going to be in the movie to begin with. So that was a nice surprise.
I know it is. And I know introduce it. And then, at the end where they do when the Blade voice comes in, the new Blade, not my Blade. My Blade would have been like, motherfucker, that Blade ain't yours, nigga. Don't touch that. My Blade would be like, that motherfucker, you ready for that? But whatever, I'm just saying. But
but we're excited about Ali. We're excited.
Yo, you misunderstand me.
No, I got you.
He is an amazing actor, and he's gonna do it justice.
But
because he's committed to it.
Snipes is forever gonna
but
be.
Just when Snipe turned around and said, "You out of your motherfucking mind," I was like, "Bro, that's my blade."
Yeah.
There you go.
I don't even know who Blade is, and he's my blade.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
blade.
I'll be watching. I'll give it a shot. Like my favorite characters were the comedian, the kid. The guy's name. What's his name?
Kango.
Yeah, and of course the what's his
Heyman.
It's called Tate Quieto.
Oh yeah.
Cocotazo,
yeah.
Yeah, that was because first of all, the actor I'm a fan of, but then the way he was, I was like I could relate to the guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just enjoyed how they went for something different, and even though it wasn't different, it still felt like a Marvel movie. But excuse me, y'all, I'm really trying over here. It was the least Marvel movie, and I respected that they went for something a little different.
I would have loved to hear more from Salma Hayek's character on why this planet is different than the other one she went to.
Well, she said it. She said it.
Remember, she's in it for more.
She was like that they were gonna do what they wanted to do. But what really impressed her was the snap. She was like, "Yo," Thanos came and
she mentioned this planet was different when they were in the like 500 BC. She said this planet is different.
She said, "Well, no, that's exactly the point." She said there's something about. She said there's something about the humans that something's different here about these humans. And then later on, when she really breaks it down, what was it that attracted her, or what is it about this planet? Why are you? I think Icarus is like, "Yo, why are you so weird about this?" And she's like, "Yo, like 5 years ago, Thanos snapped 5 million people, half of all life away, and these motherfuckers just brought everybody right back." It's what I've been saying. It's what I was saying the whole time. Like, humans are snippy, We're resourceful little fucking critters. We're not going anywhere. So that's what they like. But you're right, though, Toe. I would have loved to seen more time spent on that for sure, for sure. Or like why her and Cersei fell so hard. Yeah. You're 1,000,000% right. I would have loved to see that.
Because let's say in Infinity War, they all wanted to go back in time to get the ring, to get the thing to re-snap everybody because of basically they couldn't take the loss. They failed the mission. They couldn't live with that. And so they wanted to rectify that. It was like, if you're going to kill Celestial, I need a little bit more than these humans are special. Just to be in the battle with you.
I know, but because it's up to us to understand that we've seen how special they are.
No, I hear
throughout
you,
all of this shit.
But the thing was, I can connect to who's the Asian, the Middle Eastern actor dude with the guns, Kango. I can relate to him when he goes, "Listen, we can potentially be destroying 40 billion other planets just like this one, and also, I'm not gonna kill any one of y'all to fight this."
My favorite part of the movie. My man goes, "Yo, I'm just gonna walk away."
Yeah,
I love that. I was like, "Bro, yes."
He gave his motive right then and there. It's like, we know why he's doing what he's doing.
It's like, whatever you guys decide, I'm with it. But I'm out though.
I'm not killing.
The funny thing is, he may have made the most human decision out of all of them.
Seriously,
he made the most human choice. That's the one thing about that movie that I'll give it. Like when the characters made their choices, they stuck to their guns, and he made the most human choice out of everybody in that. You're like, "Yo, you know what? Nah, man. Yo, vote however you do, but yo,
I'm out.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I got my mans here, bro. I've lived a great life, and you guys are acting like gods. Neither one of us are.
Yeah, I can't fuck with y'all. Yeah, that's it.
We work for like a fucking god, son. That's not us. It's not our choice. It's theirs. But I walk away from this. I digress. So I love that choice with him. That's why he's one of my favorite characters.
And that Paul Heyman character, his valet. He's my favorite character in the whole movie.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Karun.
Yeah, he was cool too.
Yeah.
I really liked him too.
Yeah, I think
he was
Karun is the
essentially
best character.
us looking into them.
Yeah.
He was also like
He was the one that if you ever watch a talk show or anything, you go, yo, why don't they have somebody like us to represent us in this conversation?
Chewie.
Like you have a billionaire and a scientist talking about the world, but you don't have anybody that's living in the world day to day that's struggling. You know what I'm saying? He's the human that you're trying to save, and now he's in the discussion and he goes, oh, listen, I'm biased because I'm human. I don't want to die. But I appreciate you trying at least. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you trying.
Yeah, I'm saying. I think when you have that character in those movies, like even in Shang-Chi, Aquafina is that character. She doesn't know anything about this fucking world, but now she's there on something. So let me get this right. You're essentially the baddest motherfucker on this planet with no powers, and you were hiding from that? And then, not only did you do that, but you did it with a stupid name. It's perfect. I love it.
She was like, you change your name
like we would.
You change your name from Sean to Sean.
Yo, that's it.
I mean, I know people have their feelings about Aquafina, but I loved Aquafina.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi. She was great. I love when she's talking to the sister, and she was like, so your dad didn't let you train, so you went off and started your whole underground fight ring by yourself? And she's like, yeah. She goes, hell yeah. Yo, she was mad. She was mad funny, bro.
Yo, can I add this too? Like, she's not a bad looking woman, but I love the fact that they didn't put a Megan Fox type in there.
Yes, let's stop fucking, fantasizing about these perfect women and all of this fucking, crazy like these like labels that we put on women for like these girls to like try and live up to that. Like Aquafina's just a normal girl, she's just a normal chick, like pretty,
good aim.
pretty and beautiful in her own right.
Yeah.
She doesn't have big booty or big tits or nothing like that. She's just like beautiful within her own. Like, bro, we need more of that shit. Like, okay, I get
girl
it.
From Peacemaker.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah,
the girl. I mean, pretty much the cast of Peacemaker besides John Cena.
Pretty much, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The cast of Peacemaker besides John Cena is normal human beings.
Yep.
The big tech dude, the girl, the black girl, the white girl who is like a cunt but not. You know what I'm saying? Vigilante himself. It's like a fucking Vigilante looks like
Vigilante is nuts. Yo, he's nuts, Vigilante. That is a funny character. I kind of like.
But that's what I'm saying is you got real people in outlandish situation.
What is show? You all right over there? You working out?
He can't sit.
You can't sit. You
want?
Yeah, so he's got to stand.
You got real people in outlandish, which is perfect. Because if you're gonna do comic movies, this is gonna happen.
Yeah.
Not all superheroes are extremely intelligent. Peacemaker's a moron. I'm not saying Shang-Chi's an idiot, but I'm not saying he's extremely intelligent either.
Yeah.
You need somebody. You need that person in the chair. You need the person in the chair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that person in the chair is going to be who? Somebody that bleeds. Somebody that's always poor. Who's a friend of yours. You know what I mean? And I think it's between Aquafina and the Peacemaker crew. Even Deadpool with the cabbie.
Yeah.
That cab driver. That cab driver has issues, but he's a human being.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And not for nothing, if you was driving a cab all day with this in New York, with the motherfuckers that be in that cab, you have those same thoughts. I have similar thoughts, and I'll be in the building. You
are your own superhero if you endure that on a day to day, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've seen Taxi Cab's Confessions one season by itself, you're like, okay, I get it. I see why you're a little off, brother. I see why you're a little off, man. I hear you.
We don't have the brightest stars in this fucking planet.
You know what's funny? It's kind of like the youngest show. We don't have the brightest, but we have the meanest. So I'm go with that part. I'll take that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. Cabs, what did you think of the Moon Knight trailer?
Yo, so I'm excited. I'm very excited. I didn't, we didn't know what route that we're gonna take. We see with all of the flashing and him tying himself to the bed, we see that the multiple personalities will be a thing, which is great. What's the name of the rich man personality? The one that he's doing something Grant, I think Ryan Grant, something like that, or maybe I'm thinking of the run. Maybe I'm thinking of the running back for the
Yeah, no, I think
Packers.
it's Mark Spector is the mercenary
He's a
one.
mercenary.
Yeah,
Mark Spector's a
yeah.
mercenary.
Then
Yeah.
Sean, I think, is
He's the cabbie.
Oh no,
The-
Steve. Steve is supposed to be the rich guy,
The rich
Oh, okay,
guy.
Steve is a rich
Okay,
guy.
but he's
so
he's
that's
not
what I'm saying.
in
Like,
this one.
it looks like that's what they're. It looks like he is like, like handling some like stuff. I don't know. I hope we get all of them though. The suit looks incredible. So the suit
does.
looked great. You see him beating on some kind of like demon thing. So it's like a half, half cow, half like human thing.
It might be a jackal.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
We see the god that's stuck in his head, which was cool. Yeah, no,
Kenshi.
I'm extremely interested.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing about him putting the salt around and tying himself so that he doesn't move at night, like it's crazy. I'm very, very, very excited for the trailer. It
I
looks
told these fellas
really fun.
when the suit comes on, it looks very Sailor Moonish.
Oh no, yeah, it like wraps. That's exactly what it does. Like when she's doing her whole thing and twirling around, and it like wraps around her. That's exactly what he's doing. I like it though.
God, I was like, I know this from somewhere.
And bro, that shit is around the corner. That's March 30th.
Oh yeah, it's funny because we get the Batman and then that.
Yeah, March is stacked. March is Pamela Anderson, bro. March is stacked.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen any of the scenes that they've released for the Batman?
I'm completely media blacked
Yeah,
out. I don't need to
I've
see.
done my
I don't need to
best to,
see
like,
anything else.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
I'm ready to go.
Stay that way, because I was super hyped for the Batman, and then they released the scene, and I was like, "Wait a minute, is this what we're getting?"
Is it the funeral scene? Did you see the funeral scene?
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's funny. I somebody sent me that, and I was like, no, no, I'm not watching that. I deleted it right away. I was like, I've seen enough.
So funeral in terms of like they're doing origin stuff.
No. So it's actually a scene in the trailer. If you've seen it.
Okay. So it
They-
kind
they
of changed.
haven't released
Kind of
anything
changed your
that's
mind a
not
little
in the
bit.
trailer.
Did it change your mind a little bit?
Yeah. Because
Damn.
if this movie's gonna be 3 hours long or close to 3 hours long, I guarantee you parts of this, it looks, at least for me,
It'll
parts of
drag.
this are gonna be like, oh my god, shut up. We got it already.
Krill shouldn't watch it then.
Whoa.
We all know
Have-
this.
Have you guys seen the car that he drives?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very, very, very old school type of.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
I hope that's not his Batmobile.
That is,
Well,
well,
I mean,
that's
well,
the
it's a-
Batmobile.
No, no, I know
right now.
that's I know that's
It's a
his
good,
the
It's a
Batmobile.
good year, 1 year, 2 kind of deal, bro.
Yeah, but
Like,
I
you know.
just like I hope they Spider-Man the shit. Like at the end we get a
Oh,
Batmobile.
Yeah, but that's the thing is you have to go through trials and tribulations and realize, yo, I gotta,
No,
Isn't it like a?
I hate-
Isn't it like a Challenger?
Yeah, I think it's like
a
a
super challenger. Yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
I don't
listen,
know,
it
give
goes
me-
through fire. We seen
What
that
is it?
trailer. It goes through the
That's
fire.
what I'm saying. It gives
Yeah.
me like Robbie Reyes vibes, no?
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
well. Hey, listen.
That's our
Yeah.
vibes. That's our vibes.
No. But you're absolutely right. But you saw that thing that I sent? I know Cabs and Tosar with John Berthal as spinning off to that.
Yeah.
And
Oh my
right
God.
away, I was like, Cap did. I don't know if Cap saw this, but I put up right the Hawkeye. Don't give me hope. I like,
Yeah.
don't do that to me. Because if
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
rumored to be in it, and then he pops up randomly, I'm gonna go first and foremost. I love Marvel. Second of all, do it again.
I mean, he said it. He said it. Like
He's like, yo,
he
I'm
confirmed
down
that he's
to
like, yo,
show
I'm
this.
in the MCU. Like he confirmed it himself.
I'll tell you this
But
one.
we just don't know. I think he's gonna show up in Echoes though.
Cool.
I say if
Punisher.
listen, I would love to see him honestly in Moon Knight for the because their banter. If you ever read the comics, their banter is great.
No, yeah, it'd be fantastic.
Here's the thing, though. John has also stated that he doesn't think his version of the Punisher can work in the MCU,
which is true.
and he didn't want to. He doesn't want to be a watered down version.
No,
No. The Daredevil. The Daredevil season
I
two.
love that about him.
The Daredevil season 2 of the Punisher can work in this MCU. Not the shit they gave us in the Punisher series on Netflix, because that one was watered down. That was like, all right, when is he gonna start killing people? Like he got another family, he got another girl. Like he made a best friend. He made best friends with his.
If you give the Punisher a family again, if give him he's starting his life over, we will riot. All Punisher fans united.
So I'm up to.
The writers will go, "Are you shitting me?" His whole deal is that he's never wanted
another.
He's never getting over that. It's a PTSD that never ends. He's never getting over that.
I am so like I told you, I'm like knee deep into the Marvel Netflix cinematic universe right now.
Yeah.
And I'm up to defend. So I watched Daredevil the first 3 seasons because, duh.
No, yeah.
Respect.
Yeah.
And then I started watching it in order of release because order of release is how you're supposed to watch them. So right now I'm up to Defenders episode 3. Mm-hmm. Next is Punisher season 1, and I'm not excited. But I mean,
Punisher season 1 is not bad.
It's not. Yeah,
season 2 is when you get the Amish dude, and that shit just goes off.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
I heard 1 is water. I heard like season 1 is watered down as well. Though
you know what it is?
Yeah.
You know what because it gives you certain teases in season 1. Like there's one tease, and if you're a Punisher fan and you hear that name and you go. And so we go season 2, and then you go, "Oh, we didn't go there," because
I've noticed that that's happening.
Welcome back, Frank. You think of that certain graphic novel. You think right away like, "Yo, we're going there," and they don't do it. They literally kick you in the nuts and go, "Nah, we're not doing that."
But Jigsaw's good in season 1.
Oh, he is. The guy that plays him is very good. He's in another thing on Netflix now that he's money too.
Sword and Bones, I think.
Yeah, Sword and Bones. He's really good. The actor, he's money. He's money. It was weird to make him his friend, but whatever. You know what I'm saying?
I'm excited about that.
So what is your honest opinion about Iron Fist?
Oh boy. The thing, damn, like it's okay. The thing about Iron Fist is it's hard to drown out the noise. Clearly, I looked up after I was done with the show. Clearly, I looked up reviews and all of that, and a lot of people, are upset about, the Orientalism and the white man saves the Asian land. That trope. A lot of people are mad at that trope. I get it. What is their point of reference to Iron Fist? Because I don't like the way Danny talks. I don't like the way he talks. Like he acts like he's this profound Iron Fist, and it's like, yo, you just kind of giving me stoner slacker vibe. So what's the point of reference?
Immortal Iron Fist.
Sorry.
Here's the thing. Here's the point of reference.
He's the immortal.
The guy who Finn Jones,
mm-hmm.
just a bad actor.
He is.
That's it. Mm-hmm. Anybody else probably would have knocked this shit out the park.
But I'm saying, like, the way they're making him talk is that
he's
Westerner,
like yoga,
like the yogi, Westerner. Like. That's what I'm saying. Like the Westerner off in the Far East. Like he's very last samurai about it. Yeah. So it's like. And then it's like, to me, the real problem, I don't even think it's his acting as much as it is the writing. Because it's like, Iron Fist expects us to just let a lot of shit roll. Like, bro, you come back at 15 years. Nobody knows where the fuck you at. It's like, hi guys, you know, and it's like, you know, you're like breaking dudes down to like go upstairs and get your point across. And it's like the whole time he's like, but when I am the Iron Fist, and it's like, bro, what does that mean? Like, what are you like? It's just and then it's like at the end, like when he's like, okay, you know, I took your power, I took the Iron Fist, and then I ran off with it for my own selfish reasons. And then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna bring my girl with me. Like, did you call someone to see if that was cool? Like, yo, to me, Kunlun seems like a no woman kind of place or no distraction kind of place. You feel me? Like, you're just gonna bring your girl? Like, so I don't think everything was bad about the show. I don't know, man. Like Iron Fist, I can't wrap around him the way I did to Jessica Jones and Charlie and Daredevil and Luke Cage, especially Luke Cage. Luke Cage season 1 is very special to me. Like it hits on a lot of, it's very biased opinion, of course, you know, growing up in the hood and literally where they filmed that entire fucking show, just being, you know, so I am biased to it, but I related even more to Jessica Jones, you know, than I did to Danny and Iron Fist. But I do like the Hand. I've always loved the Hand. I love Madame Gao. We get so much Madame Gao action. I love Madame Gao. I think Harold Meacham is hilarious. That guy just makes me laugh whenever he's on screen. He is Harold Meacham, the Danny Wendell Rand's business partner, the bad guy that he's stuck up in the tower. That he's nuts. Like he goes all like Bully Maguire on Joy. Just shut up. Like he just loses it. It's so funny. There was and then Colleen Wing is probably my favorite part of that. And if there's one thing that me and Cap share is the love for her, because when she did Bugs in Matrix, she was also pretty badass. Yeah, like I love Jess. But yeah, bro, it's hard to wrap around Danny, man.
Yeah.
I don't think it's him. I think it's the writing, but it could be his acting too. Yeah.
No, you know why it's not I'll tell you right now why it's not the writing. Because Colleen Wing is strong as shit.
Yeah.
Misty Knight, when she shows up, is strong as shit.
Yeah.
Everybody else in the Defenders was strong as shit.
Yeah.
I saw Misty Knight and I was like, hello.
Who are you? Yeah, like, Misty Knight when Luke Cage starts and like she got down for that scene. I was like, yo, okay.
Okay. Yeah. By the way, Cottonmouth should have just.
Can we give that man a spinoff? Did you guys like Cottonmouth?
I love the character.
Yeah. I loved Cottonmouth.
That iconic scene with the Biggie crown and he stands.
They do that a lot though. He's always like kind of like standing.
There's a lot of references between when Luke Cage, like the name of the episodes were hip hop songs.
Yeah, they were gangsta. They were gangstar songs.
Yep,
so when I first saw that and the Method Man rap, so I've broken it down. Mm-hmm. Daredevil is in a league of its own. Mm-hmm. It's just, however, I so far in terms of seasons, I will put Daredevil season 2, Daredevil season 1, Luke Cage season 1, and then Daredevil season 3. Absolutely. Daredevil season 3 was a little scatterbrain for me. Mm-hmm. It was like there was a lot going on, and like I did miss the. There was a lack of lawyer shit. I was Googling it, and apparently a lot of people didn't like all of the lawyer stuff in Daredevil season 2. And I was like, that's my favorite. The Punisher trial is some of the best Marvel shit I've seen. That was so good.
Yes,
but season 3 was
Born Again. About it when he completely fucked. Yo, they had a perfect seal tight case. They won it. They won the case. And the last thing you need him is on the stand to talk. Why would you put him up there?
Yeah, go ahead, Cap. What were you going to say?
I'm sorry. No, season 3 was the Born Again run.
Yes, it was.
Yes.
So
Yes.
And you know what's funny? I feel like season 3 had the best writing for Matt Murdock. Like for his character, the way he developed and everything that happened to him. And I'll say this to anybody, through all the shows, even the one with the Punisher, the best writing happened for one character in that season, in my eyes. But as you were, I'm sorry, Kat.
Who? Oh,
for Matt Murdock in season 3,
Yeah.
it was like I've never seen him more conflicted, ever before. Like he was literally like he wasn't when he was under the church. He was on some like, you know what I mean.
So all of that is about to make more sense to me when I finish Defenders, because Defenders rolls right into season 3.
Yeah.
So it'll make a lot more sense.
But it's like I'm not. I wish I was giving something away, but I'm not, because it's going to be enjoyable anyway.
I do like the lawyer stuff a lot.
Oh yeah, me too.
So, and we didn't get that. We didn't get it like almost at all in season 3.
So here's the thing. So season 3 wasn't supposed to be anything to do with Matt Murdock, the lawyer.
Yeah, I know.
Season 3 was rehabilitating Matt Murdock, the devil.
Yeah.
That's the thing about
No, I got it. I got that.
Daredevil is they throw the lawyer stuff in there when they need something else to do.
Yeah, but I really fell for the lawyer stuff. That's my problem. I fell for that shit hard. I really enjoyed. And then in Defenders, it starts off with him being a lawyer, and I'm like, yeah, I like that.
But don't worry, he's back to being a lawyer now in the MCU.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
He's a very good lawyer.
Yeah.
Good.
But man, Luke Cage season 1 is special. It's special to me, bro.
I'm gonna tell you the
reason. Real quick though, we do give Danny Rand a tough time for the fight sequences. I wasn't too excited about Luke Cage fight scenes, but it fits his character more, that he's just kind of big and burly and where you are the fucking immortal Iron Fist, and you keep telling us every 5 seconds, and you're not really moving nothing here, Danny. You feel me? You talk a lot of game, fam, and we're gonna listen to you, because when that shit starts shining, we can't do nothing. But like that, my least favorite part of Iron Fist was that stupid tournament test that he had to do to win over the girl with Gal.
Episode 6.
Yeah, I didn't like that tournament.
That's the best episode they had when he fought the Drunken Master, dude.
No, not that. Not the Drunken Master.
That guy should have been Iron Fist, by the way.
That guy is my
Iron Fist.
The Drunken Master was the best, but no, in this tournament, he fights 2 Russian dudes.
Oh, you mean in the thing?
Yeah, he fights 2 Russian guys. And then he fights the girl with the poisons that keeps like stabbing him. And like he gets over that real quick. I thought this was gonna be some incredible warrior. No, he like pushes her away once he figures out what she's doing. And then I don't even remember what the third choice was. I think it was just like making a right choice or something between who to kill. Like it was so. And then we see Gal use a force push, and then we never see Gal do that again. I hope we see more of that. I am a humongous Madame Gal fan. I don't know why. Yes, I love that old lady, bro. She is so badass.
I loved how much weight she held during Daredevil.
Yeah, man.
She held so much weight.
Like Kingpin respected her. I love Madame Gal. I fucking love her.
Absolutely correct.
Yeah. Can we just point out that how do you go with a character who has an iconic mask, then go sans mask and pick an actor who A, doesn't want to fucking train, and B, you can't get a stunt double to look close enough alike? If you would have put the motherfucker in the mask, because he is the Iron Fist, you could have swapped out the fucking stunt double, and the fight scenes would have been better.
And that's the funny part. That mask, is perfect for what Cap is saying.
Yeah.
It's like Captain America. It's like it's perfect for that. It's like, how can you tell the difference?
And we could just put like a stunt person in the suit. I mean, don't get me wrong, the fight scenes in Iron Fist are better than the fight scenes in Jessica Jones, though. Jessica Jones, she would, because there weren't really fight scenes in Jessica Jones, but she had, like, I feel like Jessica Jones got shafted on budget. You can tell that she got shafted on budget. Like, when Jessica Jones pushes someone, she pushes them, and then you just see a horrible cut to a different frame, and someone just going, and it was, Jessica Jones is bad. It's also very bad, but I just liked her as a character.
No, well, first off, the writing for Jessica Jones is way better.
It's top tier. It's incredible.
Jessica Jones is not. She herself, she's not a superhero.
She's not a combatant.
She's not a fighter.
So like, even though her fight scenes seem low budget, you are still the fucking immortal Iron Fist. Like, that's the problem. Like, you guys have been saying it, and I'm just preaching to the choir, but it's like, bro, the most martial arts out of this entire Netflix cinematic universe you got going on, and bro, y'all skimped really bad. I mean, granted, Charlie Cox loves Daredevil, and he trained and he took it real, and that fucking 75-minute hallway fight scene is eternal. That shit is, bro, they said I looked it up. They lasted all day doing it. It took them 8 hours to nail it, and like 15 different runs to finally get it. So like, how organic that is, we're not gonna get anything, but damn, Danny, you got to give me something. And then even when he's doing his katas, it like his Tai Chi stuff, it looks so weird. He's so goofy. And like, so a lot of people were saying, and this I don't agree with. So I was seeing a lot of people say like, oh, you know, this was your opportunity, Marvel, to put someone in there who is Asian, at least Asian American. And it's like, look, I say it all the time. I'm okay with the racial swapping, but you also need to be okay when they decide not to do it, and just, you know, you also need to be okay with that, you know, like, so I'm okay with it, but man, it's just the goofiest white boy I've ever seen in my life, bro.
You know what?
None of his shit looks authentic.
One of the plot holes for the Iron Fist show is that he was gone for 15 years. They trained him in the way of the Iron Fist. He won the Iron Fist from the dragon.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to use it. How the fuck do you train on how to use the Iron Fist for 15 years and don't know how to use it? He doesn't know how to replenish his chi.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to heal.
The first thing you fucking learn is how to harness your chi. So how do you not know how to replenish it? He doesn't know how to glow both fists, because it's not just one, it's both that light up for the Iron Fist and shit. And he doesn't know how to fight.
Absolutely.
So, like, I'm telling you, like, sometimes like he's doing these weird katas, and I'm like, bro, you don't even look good doing this. Yeah. Like, and then when Colleen joins him and she's doing all the katas and shit, she looks incredible, you know? I mean, yes, she is Asian, but that's besides the point. It just, she trains. Yeah, she trains. She knows exactly what she's doing. Yeah, she trains, clearly. You know what I'm saying? Some of her sword stuff looked weird, but like, that was like on a bad day. I like her badass meter is just constantly on 1,000,000. Mm-hmm. Everything she does, like, she's just, even at the beginning where she's very reserved towards Danny, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, is my man a virgin? Like, he lost it to her, right? Like, he's in Kunlun at 10 years old. I don't see too many hoes walking around Kunlun. So, like, he lost it to her. He loses it to her. He's a cornball, bro. I'm not saying there's anything corny about losing your virginity and saving it for someone special. I'm not saying that. It's just like, everything about this guy seemed too goofy.
It's funny. He was honestly the least coolest character. And when okay, so let's break down the characters before him, right? You had a blind lawyer, right? I'm just saying, just look, all right. Then you had a reformed convict who was also a police officer at one point, or it was in the army, right?
I
Luke
think
Cage,
it
no,
was a police officer.
Luke Cage was a cop. Yeah.
Luke Cage cop, yeah. So we've got that, right? Then we have an alcoholic detective, private detective. Let me take that back, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Private investigator. Yeah.
So, and then in the mix of that, you have a Marine veteran psychopath,
Yeah.
essentially, right? And then you're
supposed to be Batman. You're supposed to be Batman.
You're a rich kid that spent 15 years in a mystical martial arts, essentially massive dojo, plunge your fist into the heart of a dragon.
Yeah.
Not the Iron Fist power, but you don't know how to use that.
Mm-hmm.
So he is Batman with powers.
The blind guy was taught by another blind person to be a badass.
And he knew how to be a badass.
He's essentially better than you.
Mm-mm. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And yo, Cabs,
what happened there?
Cabs, the crazy shit is, what makes it even worse is that the Iron Fist's origin story in the comics was that he got the Iron Fist and left to come back and kill the motherfucker who killed his parents.
Yeah. I mean,
There was none of that.
That's what he was trying to do, I guess, here.
But the thing was, what made it crazy was that when he came back and finally got to the dude, he saw that he was ravaged by the wolves because he was in that plane crash also. And he goes, you know what? It's worse for you to live your life like this than for me to kill you.
I mean, he was.
So,
I don't know.
And he just left. And then he's like, well, what do I do now? Fuck it. Let me be a hero for hire. That's more compelling than, hey, guys, I hope I'm still rich. You're my adopted brother and sister.
Like towards the end of the season, he wanted, once he found out from Gal what really went down, he wanted to kill the god, but like, it's just, I don't know, man. He is the epitome of, we don't believe you. You need more people. Like that like
Yeah.
when I get that feeling from them. Like I see this guy doing his katas, and I'm like, bro, you look so stupid, my dude. Like, yo, like, and you got the popcorn Justin Timberlake shit going on. Like a lot of people call him out for that, Last Samurai, again, the Orientalism.
Yeah.
He gets the Asian girl. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do this racially like that. I don't want my reservations and hesitations for the show to come off racial. But man, he's so goofy, bro.
Yo, time out. I got something to say about that. They got the whole white savior of the Asian whatever, right?
Yeah.
This motherfucker does nothing for Kung Lao. He's not out here trying to save it or trying to promote it, or he does nothing. He stole the fucking power and then came out here for his own methods. What the fuck is he saving? That's not anything. The real bullshit is making the Hand multicultural.
Yeah.
The Hand is a fucking Asian organization.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why should we report
not the bad guys?
I'm okay with it. Like, I'm okay with it with the race stuff.
No, that's complete bullshit. Because you have an opportunity to show the Hand as not an evil fucking organization. It's just an Asian organization that, from our perspective, maybe looks bad to us. But when you get in there, they're actually not bad from their end. And that's a compelling fucking story. And you don't need some dude from San Juan, Puerto Rico, who's running the Asian Hand.
Bakudo.
That's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
That's stupid. You have an entire rich history of culture that you could have bring in and highlighted and shown and fucking championed. But no, we need to be multicultural for them.
I don't like to touch on the race stuff, but you make a good point. When I saw Bakudo, I was like, what is it's like, what is this? Is Sensei? I was like, okay.
Think about this. It is widely known, at least for me growing up. Like, you might know this too, but in like certain martial arts sectors, the Asian community does not like to teach outsiders.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right? That's always been the narrative.
They don't. Yes.
You could have had the Hand with that way, keeping the old tradition, not wanting to teach outsiders, keeping us at bay, making it look again To us, maybe like they're villainous, but they're not really villainous. Kind of like the Mandarin in Shang-Chi. Technically the bad guy, not really if you look deeper into it. And then you could have had the reasoning that they didn't want to have any influence with us is because the last time a white guy showed up, he stole the fucking Iron Fist and bounced, and he's out here in the city running around doing his own shit.
That's pretty good. Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yep. This is absolutely
it's horrible writing. It's horrible writing. It really is. Like, and again, and then I will say this, because I read that upon release, they released the first 6 episodes, then the last 6 episodes of the first season. I would say the last 6 episodes are a little better, but that's just because all the action is starting. But a lot of people have already told me too that like season 2 does get better, and then Cap just confirmed that. But I still think he thinks it's not great though. It's better, but not great, right?
No, dude. So season 2, when Colleen Wing is taking over, it gets better. The ending of season 2 actually lends itself to something promising.
Okay. Is it some Heroes for Hire shit? Because if I don't see him fuck with Luke Cage, I'm gonna be upset.
It's not Heroes for Hire, but he takes on the ability of one of the other Iron Fists, where now he has the guns.
Okay.
So again, you had an opportunity. Fine, if you wanted the Asian Iron Fist, Colleen Wing. But Danny Rand could still now be an Iron Fist or still use that power in his own right.
Because Iron Fist,
there's nothing in the comics that makes Danny Rand feel like he's the guy who's gonna save China and Japan and Korea. Yeah. He's working with Luke Cage in fucking Harlem, just doing bullshit jobs that they hand him. None of it is he's not savior for nothing.
Yeah.
I don't get this whole like. I didn't make Asian, but
I didn't like that whole call out to Orientalism and the white man saves the Eastern land. I didn't agree with it. I didn't like it at all. But like away from all of that, he just looks goofy. I'm not saying that he can't be white or whatever. I don't care about the race stuff. I really don't. But it's just that himself, the guy
Finn
who
Jones,
you put, Finn Jones, he looks weird doing it. Like, and there's funny moments with him, sure, but like, I don't know, man. And then now you're telling me that he didn't want to train. Yeah, I can tell. I can tell.
Picture this: Luke Cage is supposed to look at Danny Rand and go, "You know what? I got an idea for both of us."
Yeah.
Can you really see Luke Cage hanging around with this fuck? And the Defenders, it looked like Luke Cage was like, "Yo, if you put me with this white boy one more time, I'm gonna fuck somebody up."
They had the little spat in Defenders. That's all I've seen so far, though. I've only seen the first 2 episodes.
Like there was no chemistry between those 2 actors whatsoever.
Especially not like Luke Cage and Jessica Jones. That was good stuff right there. That was really good stuff. And yo, you know what though? Hey, this is another thing. I don't even like how they wrote Claire in Iron Fist. Like, she's like, at this point, she's like super gassed that she like gets to chill with, super people. And she likes to throw it in our face that she gets to do that as much as he wants to throw in our face that he's the immortal Iron Fist. Like, I didn't even like Claire. Claire came out very whiny here. I mean, granted, the fall from grace that was Claire in Daredevil to Claire in Iron Fist, we could see the downgrade. But even in Jessica Jones, I thought she was really cool. And in Luke Cage, I thought she was just very funny how she just keeps calling him a cornball. I thought it was hilarious. But yeah, I don't even like how they write her in Iron Fist. She's like super whiny. I'm like, yo, you need to shut up too, man. And there's parts that Colleen is like, yo, chill. Like, let him do what he got to do or say what he got to say. Like, it's weird. Like, I don't hate the show. There's good stuff in it. Again, I love stuff about the Hand, and Madame Gao is fantastic. Love Madame Gao. But yeah, that show is rough. And then I'm watching them in order. So I go from Luke Cage season 1 to Iron Fist season 1. and man, that's rough. Like, because
talk about a downgrade, man.
And I get it. Like, Luke Cage, it's personal for me. It's a little bit more subjective because of him being black and him walking the same path that I walk, and I wasn't all up in and down Harlem, but I know where he's walking through down there. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's unfair, but like, I don't know. It was better written, and Luke Cage is actually decently funny, and like all the girls love him, which is hilarious. It's just like this big old good looking hero that all the girls are silly over. I thought it was funny, and then you have the God MC Daredevil.
They made Harlem look so beautiful, and the Heights, because if anybody doesn't know, it's filmed in the Heights as well.
Yeah.
They made it look. I mean, he went to the same place where John Wick was trained. Fun fact. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
For a fact.
Nice.
But it really made Harlem and Uptown look really beautiful. Those day shots, you're just like, wow, that place there's a vibrancy to it. It's beautiful. It's live. You're like,
son,
yes.
When they're in that little ramp behind the armory, like I noticed that immediately.
Yep, absolutely.
And then to end in United Palace, you see Malecón in front. Like all that shit was dope.
The Chinese food spot that they blow up in the corner.
Yeah.
Where is that? The Bank American's there now. The Chinese place has been there forever.
Son, I like that show was incredible. Luke Cage, oh my god, Cottonmouth was so good. I would love to see more Cottonmouth. Shades was okay, I guess.
Well, I mean, if you know anything about Sons of Anarchy, you know Shades. So it's like he essentially played a cooler version of that guy.
Yeah.
That's what he did. He played a cooler version of that guy.
Yeah. So man, we gotta talk about this. I kind of don't like too much going on these rants and criticizing all that shit because one, I know I can't be an actor. I know I can't remember lines. You can talk the show every time we try to film something. I
don't know. I was just about to say, bro. I see you with your shorts. For someone who isn't trained, it's not terrible.
Nah,
just saying.
I can't do what they do.
No, for sure.
Finn, sorry, it was not the role for you.
Yeah, I don't think so.
You did not fit that role.
I don't think
Shades, so. You can't make your character interesting by making him not interesting at all.
Yeah,
you can't go so far into uninteresting that you then become interesting.
Yeah, like
just standing there with shades on, not a fucking decision that needed to be made.
Yeah, like the whole mystery behind it. I see what you're saying.
How did y'all feel about Elektra?
About who?
Elektra, because I wasn't a fan of Elektra.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know. I felt like she was shoehorned in. Like they phoned
it in. They phoned it in. For
they
sure.
needed to give a reason for the hand, I guess. I felt like Styx might have been enough, but apparently the writers thought better than I did.
She was.
You know what it is?
I didn't hate her, but I don't think she didn't need to be there.
No, she didn't.
Like she just didn't need to be there. Like we could have focused on anything else. Maybe bring in another. I mean, I know Elektra is important to Daredevil. So
Absolutely.
Again, sure, they had to bring her in, but it wasn't exciting. It wasn't too exciting. No. She was raw, but she sliced some motherfuckers up. She was raw, but it's not what I
feel like she took away from that season. She took away from that season. Like the most boring episode is the one with her and just Matt.
Yeah, where they're like,
I was like,
yeah, I would say that was the most boring.
Where is the Punisher?
I didn't hate her,
back.
and like we needed him to sort of have a little bit more of a toxic relationship to kind of weigh what he has with Karen, which is like one of his longest love interests is Karen Page. So like we needed that balance of like, that the bad girl versus the good girl type. I guess we needed that, but in a way, it's like for him to just, after everything that they went through, for him to just drop it on, be like, yeah, let's go be together. It's like, what? It's like, yo, it's like, yo, Matt, you were doing great. You were doing fine. Yeah, you were doing her bidding and all of that stupid shit, but you were doing fine. Why? No, you don't want to go back with her. No, you don't want to go with Karen? Okay, that's cool. But you don't have to go with Elektra. Stop this. Stop this right now. So it was weird. Yeah, Elektra was just weird.
Yeah, I tell you right now, that was probably the only misstep they had in the Daredevil show.
And it wasn't even that bad of a misstep. It wasn't horrible, but yeah.
But it is definitely a step up if you take Jennifer Gardner's Elektra.
Oh shit! Shit!
Well, but here's the thing.
You see now you're cheating. That's cheating.
No. But I'm about to explain it this way. The only reason Jennifer Gardner's Elektra is disappointing is because she's a much better actress.
The only? There's a few reasons why it was bad.
No, but I mean,
wake me up inside.
Yo, hey, Evanescence is gold.
I love Evanescence, but it was just so out of place in that scene.
Not for me.
It was out of place in that scene, bro. I don't know. That shit was weird.
Yo, the only good song in
the
only good song in that thing was Hoobastank, right before your eyes. And I'll fight anybody tooth and nail to this.
It was a decent soundtrack. It just I don't think it all fit all the time. So
it didn't fit. It didn't fit in Toronto at all because that was not New York at all.
It didn't fit well, but okay. Talk to me about Bullseye. So like are we ever gonna see Bullseye again?
Well, who knows? Maybe not that actor, but
I was upset. Bullseye was like,
yo, that was perfection.
Poindexter had me nervous every time he showed up. He is so fidgety, and my man was going through it, and he was sick. The kid is a psychopath, and like I love when we first see him as a kid. He's just throwing the ball in the same spot over and over, and I'm like, yes, like. But I found it really funny. Now, I found it actually very funny that they called the metal in his body something different because it's adamantium.
It's adamantium.
But they couldn't say it for licensing reasons.
Absolutely correct, yes.
That's so messed up that you can't even say words with licenses because it says, fill them up with the corrosive metal. I don't know what they said. And I'm like, what do you mean, adamantium? That's like the last thing they say in Daredevil. Like, and we never see that show again. Well, we never see that again. And this is the last thing they say is like, fill them up with the something metal. And I'm like, oh, adamantium, you mean? But that I didn't know that the licensing stuff went so heavy that you can't even say that. So that's why they can't say mutant then, right?
Yeah.
Well, they couldn't say mutants.
Well, they couldn't. Yeah, they couldn't.
Now it's fair game. Game on. Let's do this. Real.
But it's fun. It's I'm still having fun watching all of the shows, even Iron Fist. This was just a universe that I was sleeping on because, and which is my final thought on this. In Spider-Man No Way Home, I was not very upset, but I was questioning like, damn, we're not gonna get more Matt. We're not gonna get anything else with Matt. Matt comes out for 5 seconds and that's it. Like Matt came out to tie these universes together. It's literally that was his only job, and I'm glad they did it, and I'm glad that happened, and I could go back and watch those shows.
Here's the disappointing thing. From what I read, Matt, Kingpin, and Daredevil were not introduced into the MCU to tie in the Netflix shows. They were brought in as MCU's version of these characters.
I mean, they're not variants, though.
Yeah, there are MCU variants. They're not the same from the Netflix shows.
It's just people love them as those characters. They bring them in as the characters.
They just brought the same actors back. But this is Matt Murdock.
It still ties the universe, though. It still ties the universes. It gave us clarity on that universe. It might not be them, but it's still their characters, and it brings in the universe. Like that's
right
how.
now. Right
Go
now,
ahead.
the TVA is clipping the Netflix guys. They're pruning that whole thing.
Prune it. But it's
That's how
part
we
of
do
it's part of it now. It's
The
part of
only
it.
one, the only one they're not pruning is Danny Rand. He gets to stay over there.
Oh, really? Him? Just bro. I mean,
Yo,
I don't know. Are we gonna see him again? I don't know. But
here's the thing.
it was
What up,
so
Dave?
good.
I was kind of upset when now I've called her Colleen Wing so many times I forget her actual name.
Just Henwick.
Yeah, there you go, Jessica Henwick. I was so upset when I heard that she turned down Shang-Chi to do Matrix, but when she did that because she still wants to play Colleen Wing.
Ah,
I
She didn't
respect
want to
it.
play a different character
I
in the
respect
Marvel
it.
universe. So hopefully they can find a way to bring her back in as Colleen.
Yeah, that'd be nice. And I think that MCU talk about like, you know, them being variants of themselves and shit. That's probably just because, man, that them shows were graphic. Like, you know, the infamous door scene with Kingpin. Like, you know, like I don't think we're gonna see anything like that.
Yo, but
No, yeah.
you see Moon Knight beat the shit out of whatever that is?
We're destroying that thing.
But
Yo, I
the
was like,
Cavs, you also got to remember, this also brings in a way for them to bring in the guys that they already faced. Like to introduce Kingpin to another, you know, dimension and have him go against Spider-Man
For
without
sure.
Daredevil going after him. This is
For
a
sure.
way, you know, and then like bring Bullseye back in a different manner. It's like he already killed Bullseye. No. This is a
No.
different one.
No, yeah, no, that's what
Yeah.
but that's what the whole multiverse shit is about.
Yeah.
It's just so we won't question anything anymore. But you know, I'm just glad that it's not closure. Closure is the wrong word, but I'm glad that they were able to somehow bring all of this shit together. At least acknowledge, like, hey,
didn't
all
waste
right,
it.
like, yeah, like, all right,
Yeah.
guys, yeah, we know that
It-
because they do mention the incident, but like, man, there's a lot of stuff going on in the MCU while these four people just focus on Manhattan. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a
And
lot of
that's all
shit
it is.
happen. And you know, and I'm okay with that. I'm not one of those guys that nitpicks like, oh well, you know, shut up. Like people are just making some movies. Sometimes they don't. Even Marvel screws it up. But like, it is funny to think that I saw that meme that says, which is, first of all, like it gives too much credit to Star-Lord, but it says Star-Lord, you know, manages the universe. Spider-Man, you know, manages NYC. And then you have Daredevil, who's micromanaging the shit out of 10 New York City, 10 Manhattan blocks. And it's hilarious. But I loved in Luke Cage when Turk was like, man, I ain't messing with you Harlem cats, but I'm going to go back to Hell's Kitchen where it's safe. That shit had me dying. No, yeah, man. God, Luke Cage was so good. I want to say I loved all of those shows, and Daredevil's in a league of its own. But man, Luke Cage season 1 is Luke Cage season 2 just good? Because I read every season 2 except Daredevil kind of falls off a bit.
So season 2 for Luke Cage, it depends on how you view the villain.
Okay,
Because certain people didn't like him, certain people did. So it depends on your view on it.
Okay.
It's better than Jessica Jones, the last season of Jessica Jones.
Season 1 and 2 of Jessica Jones is good. Season 3 is, I think, the one that falls off.
And season 1 of Jessica Jones is really good.
Yo, Aquaman.
By the way,
he's too OP. Goddamn.
It's Kingpin, Purple Man, and Cottonmouth. Because man, he's a piece of shit, and I love him. The shit he is. By the way, fun fact, he's a Doctor Who guy, and I've seen the show with him. How does the reins this guy has? Because he's a great Doctor Who, like he's a great good guy, but he's a piece of shit in that season of Jessica Jones. Like,
I think he's too OP, bro. My man, he just gotta talk to people,
awesome.
And then it's like he's just gotta talk to people.
It's such a simple power, though. Like, it's not complicated. You know, he doesn't control the weather. You know, you just like, yo,
Yeah.
go do this. Done. You're gonna go do that.
And shout out to Jerry Hogarth. It's fun seeing her around. Trinity doing her thing. But yeah, the Marvel Netflix cinematic universe is it's pretty good. There's ups and way low downs, but yeah, I enjoy it. I mean, at this point, you could stick a red Marvel logo on a piece of shit, and I'll watch it for an hour. You know what I'm saying? It's really bad. Like they just got anything that they are throwing out. So like we have Secret Invasion coming out.
Yeah.
So like I'm watching that, of course. There's Moon Knight coming out. I'm watching that, of course. You know what I'm saying? Like anything they dropping nowadays. I'm even thinking of going back to Agents of Shield. But
Have
I don't know.
you seen it? Have you finished it?
I never even started it. That's the one show that I strongly stood away from, simply because that was like the one everybody was like, okay, if you think Daredevil isn't canon, this really isn't canon. And I'm like, but it's Coulson. How is it not? So
Yo,
It has its ups and downs.
here's the thing.
the 7 seasons, of course.
Shield-
Like I'm scared of it, Toe. I'm scared of going into 7 seasons, and those are hour-long episodes.
Go to the first
Yeah.
half. All you need is the first half of season 5 with
Well,
the Ghost Rider.
Well, that's what everybody tells me.
And you need one scene where Fitz
Simmons.
is talking to the.
Yeah.
Is it Simmons?
Simmons is the guy, right?
I thought Fitz was the guy. Anyway.
Well,
No,
anyway,
Fitz and Simmons,
No.
the guy.
Fitz is the guy. Simmons is the girl.
okay.
So, first half of season 5 with the Ghost Rider, and the one scene where Fitz is talking to the obelisk. That's all you need to watch. Put
Say
the rest
less.
of it away. It doesn't matter.
Okay, say less. Cause cause I'm still like I still gotta watch. I gotta finish Defenders, and then after Defenders, I gotta watch Punisher season 1, and then I gotta watch Luke Cage 2, Jessica 2, and Iron 2. So I still got a lot of shows to go.
I'll tell you one thing though. For just a show, if you watch Agents of Shield just as a show, and you watch the first half of season 5 with Ghost Rider and all that other shit, it's a good show. But if you're going there expecting it to be Marvel and canon to the movies and have all this other shit, then you're gonna get disappointed. Go there just watching the show.
Here's a fact. You know what's a good show? And it should have got a season 3. Is Peggy Carter.
I heard
Yes.
that's good
Peggy
too.
Carter is a
Yes.
yo. No lie to you. Fuck this whole female lead shit. You know that Charlie's Angel shit was talking about. Remember that, Cabs?
Yeah,
Like, oh, they didn't see it because it's women. No, they didn't see that shit because it was bad.
yeah,
Stop.
yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
we've been there. But
There's tons of female protagonists, badasses that carry movies.
absolutely
And
correct.
yeah.
Aliens.
Let's stop playing games out here. Let's stop playing.
Ripley.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. I heard that. Watch your mouth.
No, I'm
but
saying
the
that's
point is,
one of
I'm
the
saying-
good ones.
I thought you said I said Captain Marvel. I was about to
No,
throw-
No,
I
it's
said
aliens.
Who?
Aliens.
Aliens.
Ripley.
Oh no, I mean it's Ripley. I mean that's my first many things. Anyway, I was about to let it go, but no, that definitely it. You know what it is when you can show the beginning of Shield through that perspective, especially a sexist one. Yo, and she's the baddest person in that office. This is you know what I'm saying. So, and Howard Stark, and there you go. You know what I'm saying. And they have some great comic book cameos, so like Cap, but not Cap. You know what I mean.
You
So
know what's
that's
funny?
no part.
What made that show good is the other characters had the little sexist and the little old school way they used to be, but never once did the writers show us that Peggy had to go down to that level.
Yeah, absolutely not. Nope.
They told us in the first Avengers that she was badass and she's here and she stayed there, regardless of what the fuck anybody said.
Yep.
Didn't fucking
And
matter.
you know what I loved about it is it was never like, oh, you're Captain America's girl. No,
Yeah.
that's Peggy Carter. She's the badass Peggy Carter.
Yeah.
That's not Cap's girl. That's Peggy Carter that happens to be with Cap. That's what it was.
It was more of like, damn, how Cap got her? Shit.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it was. Like, yo, how did Cap get that? And remember, Cap got her before he was Cap.
Yeah, like she fell in love with him.
How did Steve land her?
He was skinny Cap. He was skinny Steve, and she was still feeling it.
I've always said I love that whole. You know, she was like, this kid has so much balls on him, son. And like he's the balls on this kid to be the way he is. And he was like, I've always been the little guy, but fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would always laugh at the story that in the first Avengers, when Chris Evans comes out of the fucking thing as Cap for the first time, she couldn't help herself. But
she's like,
that was a real reaction to touching him.
She talked about it. Yeah.
Like,
she said it was real.
And she said that's the first time, like you said, it's the first time she saw him. Like after she was like, "Oh shit!" She was also, "Damn,
yo,
this is a new Chris."
Yo, that scene is the only thing that gives me that little small percent to go work out. Like, yo, if I could do that one time, maybe working out would be worth it. Like,
yeah. It's funny. I was talking about to my cousin friend, and I'm dying because I sent the thing that I sent to you guys in the group, right? The Blade thing.
Yeah.
And he was like, he was laughing his ass off, right? And he goes, that reminded me of Logan going, "Go fuck yourself."
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
Same vibes. I don't think I've heard a more perfect line fit a character more perfectly in my entire life than "Go fuck yourself." Right back to the cigar, takes a shot, and he goes, "Who the fuck was that?" Like he was like,
because it's funny, they just
mutants in all of the universe, and he goes, "Go fuck yourself,"
and they just turn around like, all right.
They're like, no, it's funny. No, if you look at it, Magneto looks at him and he goes, "Let's get the fuck out of here." He just told us to go fuck ourselves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he was like,
"See you in about 50 years."
You need to get the fuck out of here, son.
He's so cool too, because he did that shit for free. Like, I'll come by and do this, stupid little cameo.
And my favorite thing is in the other one in Future Past when he does all that shit. He goes, "You want to clean all this shit up on the plane? You want to clean all this shit up? Clean this shit up now, nigga." I'm saying, yeah, you did all that. Clean it up, man. The fuck's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I like little moments like that with characters. You know what I mean? Just little disrespectful moments.
Those little one-liners that stick around forever.
Absolutely, yeah. Perfect moments. You know what I mean?
One of those little moments for me, I've mentioned it before, is in Age of Ultron, when Cap, Iron Man, and Thor finally meet him where Kraus was, where they run into Ultron the first time, and Thor goes, "No one needs to break anything," and Ultron goes, "Clearly you've never made an omelet," and then Tony was like, "I was this close." he beat me by a few seconds. Like that line is incredible to me. There was a lot of good kind of just chill, laid back group stuff in Ultron. There's a lot of those moments. I mean, the hammer scene will live forever, but there's a lot of little things like that, like Rhodey, he kept going. What was the line? He was like,
"Oh, he said, I dropped the tank." Boom.
Yeah, that like, bro, that whole story is hilarious, and it's funny because we get when they go into Clint Barton's house, and Tony's like, "This is an agent of some kind." They're like, he was right. He was right.
Yeah, the funny thing is that it all comes together. He goes, "That's a smaller agent, and that's a smaller agent."
That's a smaller agent.
My thing is
so good
on Tony's face or Thor, but Cap going, "I've worked with this dude."
Yeah, like I don't know. Yeah.
You have a family?
Yeah.
You? Out of everybody in here.
And then they all know Natasha, which is even better.
That's my favorite part. Is when
it makes
Natasha's
it real.
Like, "Hey, what's up, little one?"
Yeah, it makes it real.
Hey,
Auntie Natasha. It's like it makes it even realer. Like I get people have their problems with Ultron, and you should.
Yeah.
You should have your problems with Ultron. you pop out of Joss Whedon, okay? But there's some really funny moments in that shit.
Yo,
That whole
My
thing,
shit
I
is
was
when
like,
Stan Lee, he was like, yo, let me get a shot of that. And Thor's
Oh,
like, this
that-
is made for God. It's like, nigga, you ain't got. And then he's out.
Yeah.
He's out. Man,
Shit.
took a sip of that shit.
oh man, that's
It has some
hilarious.
really-
You just
that's some really
you just
cool
you're sitting
moments.
there like, wait. Ken Barton has a family?
Yeah.
Yo, I was in the theater like,
this is an agent of some kind.
Yeah.
That's also funny. This is an agent of some kind.
Some
It's
kind.
a funny ass line to me. Nah, yeah, man. There's a lot of
Oh.
love in Ultron, but
yeah.
you know it gets overshadowed by some
I
bullshit.
just to this day, I still love the whole the Cap thing. Like, see Thor's enthusiasm to go, I knew it.
Yeah.
You son of a, like he wants to go, you son of a bitch. You had me. You got it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that was one of the only like stupid like cover up to like loopholes or whatever. I mean,
mhm.
I think clearly there was a plan with Mjolnir.
Uh-huh.
He just, if they didn't want him to move it, he wouldn't have moved it. You know,
Mhm.
even if it was whatever, an inch. But like, I like later how they explained that, like,
Yo.
you know, Captain America won't show him up like that.
No. Here's the thing: if you go back and you watch, the minute it moves, he lets it go.
He goes,
Yeah, he just
he goes like that. He goes,
yeah.
you
Because
got
it's
it,
like,
bro.
that's what I'm saying. It makes sense because it's like he's not gonna show up his friend. He's like, I am worthy. I can move this shit. But
It's
I'ma
even
just let
better
y'all have
that
fun.
you have Clint go, I don't need that kind of pressure.
Yeah,
Clint
He's
knows
just-
the shit he's done in his life. He goes, bro, I'm not gonna do that to myself.
like, yeah, he was murking fools way before the Ronin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's like,
The last person warning is me, bro. I'm good.
like everybody talks about the Ronin, and it's like, are we just gonna forget everything he did before that? Like,
And Budapest.
Apparently, some shit went down in Budapest.
Yeah.
apparently.
yeah,
Yeah, and Rhodey and Iron Man with their gloves. Are you even trying? Yeah, I'm trying.
Yeah.
You're not trying.
Yo,
that was
I like
so
to
good.
think in my own headcanon that when Bruce Banner grabbed it and did that whole shit, the Hulk was just inside him laughing his ass off. Like,
Yeah,
this is
that's
why you're
funny.
stupid, Banner.
See, this is why I don't fuck with you, bro. This is why I take over the wheel and I don't say shit until I'm done. 'Cause you're an idiot. I like that headcanon.
Those little moments, yeah. And like the whole when Rhodey and Banner coming off the ship and he goes, am I bow to him? He goes, yeah. He goes, we don't do that here. And
Yeah,
he goes, and Rhodey just
yeah.
I'm sorry, I couldn't
Do
help
I-
it, bro. I mean,
Do I
like,
bow?
you asked a stupid question. Go ahead, bro.
Yo,
Those little
here's-
moments.
Here's the thing. Edward Norton. Can you imagine Edward Norton in that scene?
No. He does. I don't think he has that comedic thing about
No.
him.
I don't think
I
it's
mean,
That'll
comedic.
make
I
him
think
like,
if you heard what he did for the Hulk movie, where he essentially like just said the script is garbage and rewrote it himself, I don't think he has the humility to play
Yeah.
for that scene.
that's pretty much it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's one of those things like the Terrence Howard deal. You know what I mean? Like, would Terrence Howard be a great roadie throughout the whole thing?
I don't.
You know what I mean?
I'm okay with the Cheeto move.
It's
Yeah,
hard. It's hard
you
to
know,
beat down, man. He's got too
Yeah.
much.
But you know, I think Terrence Howard can't blend well with other people because you notice, like, even when he's doing other movies, he's the same person in every movie, and he doesn't change his demeanor to fit other people.
He's essentially the Rock.
Yeah, when he was Rhodey in Iron Man 1, he was the same person as he was in Fighting with Channing Tatum.
Yeah,
Channing Tatum's a totally different actor than Robert Downey Jr., but he didn't change nothing to fit Channing Tatum. He just had that stupid ass accent. You need a jacket. You know, that's the only thing he did. Like, Don Cheadle literally was fucking a child's algorithm in a computer for a movie.
That's
And then
true.
Yeah.
That is true.
And then he did he was the spy that went into the Muslim
Oh,
religion
Traitor?
and yeah.
Yo, that movie's
He did
so
that
good.
shit?
Yeah, Traitor.
Like,
You know what it is? It was too close to Jason Bourne.
yeah,
The Jason Bourne movies. It was too close to them. That movie's really good. It's
it
really
is.
good.
Yeah, his range is deep. Don Cheadle's range is deep.
Yeah.
Yo,
Like,
Hotel Rwanda?
That's what I'm about to say. The same thing. If you ever
yeah,
see
no. Like
you
I
realize that-
I was
Yo,
okay with that
You know
change.
what? You know what? I'm gonna simplify you guys. If you've ever seen Ocean's 11,
Yeah,
that's perfect.
pay me my money.
Yeah,
You know
no,
what I'm saying?
I was totally okay with that move.
Yeah.
One of my favorite lines of his is when he tells Captain Marvel, like, "Yo, space, hey, new girl, everyone hears about that superhero life. Like,
Yep.
you need to calm down.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
we get that you run it up there, but down here is us, right? You know, so."
You literally just got to this party.
And how
Yeah.
and how
And
how
my
cute,
man is awesome, and I don't even have powers, and I'm about that shit. So fuck off.
yeah, and how cute was that moment with him and Nebula, you know, where he's
Yes.
like, you know, like, I'm not myself either, you know, like
Yeah.
I would never see them having that moment, but you know, Marvel was able to like find that. It was quick, it was, you know, easy, but it was like a really good moment where you see these two completely different characters just finding common ground. It was
And
good.
you know, and the crazy shit is that's a very subtle way to show people, yes, you may be different, but you're not alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Everybody's got something similar enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then they both agree that Star-Lord is an idiot. Goes, he's an idiot. Then she goes, yes,
Yes.
he is an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all agree that Star-Lord is a
She's
moron.
so awkward. Nebula is so awkward, bro. I was watching Endgame. So that's the thing. Like, most of the time when I'm like on the computer here, my TV's right there. So and when I'm cleaning or whatever, like if it's not music, it's just some MCU property. So
Yeah.
most of the time it ends up being Endgame, just because it's or Infinity War, just because they're long. I could just leave them on for a minute. So I the again, we say it here all the time where we just like Marvel when they're just kind of just hanging out, where it's just characters hanging out bullshit on the couch. So like him and Tony and her playing, you know, paper football, and she's so awkward.
Who came up with that?
He's like, that's fun, right? And she's like, yes, it was fun. It's like, yo, she's so weird.
And
but
she's like, yo, she's ultra competitive.
yeah, man.
She does
like,
not want to lose. She's just awesome. It was funny. I was thinking the other day, right? Because I was watching Falcon and Winter Soldier at Captain America and Winter Soldier at work, and I realized how much Anthony Mackie really brings to not only like a levity, but also just like us coming into that. You know what we were talking about before? Like,
he looks like a regular guy off the street that
he's
just
also
yeah.
He's also like, yo, listen, like that whole scene where it's like, you know, where Banners is talking to Natasha, he goes, awkward. Only somebody that's normal would say that.
My favorite Anthony Mackie moment, and we're about to get to 12, so everybody can say their thing, but this will be my last one. My favorite Anthony Mackie moment in Captain America Winter Soldier, when Steve Rogers says that speech to everyone about like, yo, watch out against what's happening, don't trust nobody, trust me, whatever. And Mackie goes behind him like, did you make that up? Right now? Or did you just, or did you have that written down? Yo, he's so funny. He's mad fun.
My favorite Mackie thing is in that movie too, is when he first meets Fury and he goes, oh, I do everything he does, just slower.
Just yeah.
I like the whole thing where he like picks up Cap. He goes, yo, you're a lot heavier than you look. Cap goes, I had a big breakfast.
Yeah.
You know who made you breakfast? I just love that whole little, like, I think they have one of those not very utilized chemistry between both of them.
But Mackie, I think that's Mackie based because he seems to have that with everyone.
Yes, he does.
Throw at him.
He had
He had it briefly with Ant-Man. Mm-hmm. He had it in spades with Bucky.
Yeah,
he does it. He even does that shit with Natasha. Like, it's him. He has that.
I feel like he does it with the most reserved people.
Yeah, man.
Because there's nobody more reserved in all of Marvel movies than Sebastian.
Yeah.
He said Sebastian is he's like 107,
Yeah.
right? He's the same age as Bucky, but in real life. Like he's really reserved, but he's like, there's only one person that could pull that out of him. And that's just Mackie going, cut the check. That's just Mackie being Mackie, you know what I mean? And that's why I'm so happy to see him be my Captain America.
Get that movie, bro. Finally, he got his movie. Not even as the Falcon.
Yep.
Good.
Yep. And on that note, it's your friendly neighborhood knucklehead signing out. Peace, everybody. Thank you guys for joining us, and we had one hell of a fucking time making our own superheroes.
We're gonna get back to the making superheroes.
We will continue this series.
Definitely.
We'll continue the series.
Definitely.
Next time, though, villains should be fun.
Word.